Yeah. Oh, I'm
But
sorry. Yeah.
but that
You know,
place,
that
that's the
place.
place where I bought it. And I wasn't correcting you. I was just saying I didn't know it was IKEA. I thought it
IKEA. Yeah.
we just say IKEA over here.
Hey, I say
Yeah,
IKEA, then it's like, oh, we're going to IKEA. And I'm like, oh, IKEA. You're saying E and it's very quiet. IKEA.
IKEA. IKEA.
IKEA.
But when they
IKEA.
advertise IKEA on TV, the
Hmm.
actual advert says IKEA.
So
So
maybe it's
why
just
are
Sweden?
they mispronouncing their own business then?
Does it depend on the country?
I don't
Maybe.
know. It
But
might.
in the if I see an advert on TV in the
Hmm.
UK for
Hmm.
IKEA,
Yeah,
they will say, "Welcome to
IKEA.
IKEA" or whatever it is they say on the advert. They won't say IKEA.
Hmm.
Whatever it is they say.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, do they actually say, have I seen an IKEA commercial? I don't think they really, no, no. And the thing is, they'll speak in Swedish, the commercials
Mhm.
here. They won't be in
Okay.
English. So they'll say IKEA. They'll say IKEA. They
Okay.
won't in English, and they were speaking like blah blah blah. Yeah, come to IKEA. But
Hmm.
here they say it in Swedish, so it'll be IKEA. Because I had to think, do I see those
Interesting.
commercials?
Because there's a store here that's similar to Aldi, and
Mhm.
it's from Germany called Lidl. And in the
Lidl.
UK, they pronounce it Lidl, but in Germany, they'd say Lidl.
It's Lidl. Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know.
My aunt says Lidl.
Really?
My friend, there's one in the in New York, and he says, he goes, oh, you got that store Lidl? You got Lidl. And it's not Lidl? No, Lidl.
Yeah. And on the TV ads over here, they'll say Lidl. They won't say Lidl. So I
It's a
don't know.
little.
They'll
Okay.
still say Lidl. So
Huh.
maybe they've just changed the name to fit the country that it's in. I don't know.
Just yeah, that's altogether very possible, and because everyone is special, and you must be special for your people.
I guess so.
You have to be special for. I was going to try something today.
What were you gonna try?
Well, aside from us being live, we're already live right now. I was also going to try to be live on Facebook and see how
Oh.
that goes. Look at her face. Look at that face. Ooh, child. Ooh, look. No,
You want everyone to see.
who's everyone? Who is everyone?
Ooh, what you drinking?
See, you know what y'all see, you want all the strangers to come.
Which is funny because I think of Facebook as being for like people you know, and YouTube is the one where it's all the strangers.
It's all the strangers, yeah. And
But
I see, and I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna see if I can do it. Because I tried it before and I was like, okay, it worked. And I'm like, I don't know how to do it now.
I just learned how to do it like 2 days ago.
Like I did it before when I wasn't doing anything, because I was just like when I made the link, but I guess I don't know what I have to do in order to do it now. So it might not even happen.
Click on more. Click on more.
It says record to cloud, record on this computer, and then chat previews, and doesn't have anything else.
Oh, maybe you can only do it
From the beginning.
to one place at
Maybe.
a time. Since you're already using Zoom to connect to your custom live streaming service, which I guess is YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you can only do the one.
No, you should be able to.
No, you should be able to do more than one. So what happens if you click where it says custom live streaming service or whatever at the top for you?
Yeah.
What happens if you click on that?
View stream on custom live streaming service. Okay, let me click that. And it goes to YouTube.
Right.
Okay. We'll just stay here. I'm not going to experiment now.
Why not?
Oh, I can put my tea away now. Okay, cool.
No, take out the tea.
Why would you put the tea away?
Because I felt like it was needed for that moment. And now the crisis has been averted. So I'm just like, oh, there's no need for tea.
There's always need for tea.
There's always need for tea.
It's always time for
The
tea.
tea.
It's funny you say
For
time for
two.
tea when I'm actually drinking time tea. But
They make
Ah.
time tea. I mean, I
yeah,
shouldn't
you
be
just
surprised,
get
but
the herb thyme and just brew it.
yeah, I was just saying, I was just thinking I shouldn't be surprised that there is such a thing as time tea because there's tea for all sorts of things.
Yeah, it's very good for you and it's good for coughs. if you have
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
I
Noted.
think basil and oregano as well. I think
Mm-hmm.
basil for the most part.
I have oregano though I knew someone who would like take the tincture, the oregano tincture, and
Mhm.
just straight down her
Mm.
throat.
Mm.
Or
That's
under
good.
her tongue. And I'm like, I've tried it a few times.
Mhm.
But the first time I ever tried it, I was like, it's so strong and intense. What are you doing, Mo?
I am a clown. I was trying to be festive to bring up my mood.
Girl, she's fully just wiping it all off.
Oh my
But it
God,
looks really
no.
good. I was gonna say so. I was gonna be like, oh, where are you going?
No.
Yeah.
It's
And you
everything.
and you all live wiping that off. I just want to share
That's
that now.
fine. Y'all
Okay.
listen. It's fine.
Okay,
Y'all
baby.
I feel like I should have done something. I thought about putting on makeup, and then I was like, oh. So I put some foundation on, and that's it.
But you look good. All of it. You look
Wash
good.
it.
You both
Always.
look good.
Like
I
he needs
washed my
makeup.
face.
I washed my hair.
Me too.
Work.
But I didn't, I washed it in my twists. Like I didn't take the twists out because
Oh,
I was just like, I needed to wash my hair like ahora, like no, now. It has, like, is that how you say now? E-dog?
Oh, now is today. E-dog. New and now.
New.
New.
I had to wash my hair like now. So I was like, how can I make this happen? Because I had a class to teach at 10:30 this morning. So I woke up at 8:45 and I took a shower and I washed it just in the thing. And I only redid these ones. Like I just did the ones in like just in the front of my face.
Mhm.
So it looks fresh. But now my hair is clean. At least my scalp is clean and my hair is moisturized. So I'm like, I can live to die another day. But I was like, makeup was not about to happen.
Listen, I tried. No.
I thought you
Why
looked
is that
cute.
Yeah.
that doing a thing? Anywho,
you looked
no.
really good.
I thought you looked
No.
good.
I
The
really
lipstick
liked
back
the
on.
lip you had on. I was like, what is that? What brand? What's the shade? I want to know.
Put the lipstick back on. No, put it back on.
Oh!
You don't have to do the eyes, but the lipstick was really cute.
I am.
Hello, name is Karen.
Yeah,
It's really
that's
cute.
miss all this.
Yes.
No.
You need to hold it up and put your hand behind it and be like, hi guys. Hi.
This is my brand new.
Yeah.
Ooh, now I am interested in what you have. I'm always like light
Oh, it's just
shades
lip gloss.
on my skin color. I'd be like, girl, no.
No,
no.
it's not. This isn't lipstick. This is a lip
Is it a gloss?
Yeah.
situation.
Oh, so it's quite sheer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's one of
Pretty.
those. It's one of those ones that make you go everywhere. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
I like
I really like this one because it has a mirror on the back and also a light. I don't know if you can tell that there's.
Ooh,
there's
I
a-
like that.
Oh, that's fancy.
So-
Where'd you
Oh, you
get
gotta
that?
write that brand
I
down. You gotta
don't. No
write that
matter
down.
no matter where I am, I can be like,
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
and I can see if I can
V
see
said
nothing
you-
else. If I see nothing else, I can see my lips.
V said it. She said that's for.
Yeah, that's just everywhere.
That's
Just be
my
like,
face.
for.
hi guys, this is my new lip gloss.
Very nice.
Hey, Kevin Stewart's in the chat.
Kevin knows better.
He's hiding too. Like he just posted the emoji of like the smiley face peeking out from behind clouds. I guess they're clouds. Why aren't you
knows
in
that.
the call, Kevin? Kev? Why am I calling you Kevin? That sounds
I know. Sounds so weird calling him
Kevin.
Kev. He has to be Kevin. Oh, now he's making all
Kevin.
these dramatic faces. Stop being drama king and just get in here, man. And welcome whoever else is listening to one of the last one of the last podcasts of the year of Zooming in Comfort with my friends.
Yay!
My friends, except for Kevin, who ain't on here yet. My friends.
Friends. My girlfriends.
There you go. I hope everyone's having a good evening. I am actually. I didn't realize what I didn't realize is that Christmas is like next week.
Literally.
Yeah.
Girl.
Literally.
Girl.
Yes.
Literally.
I was like, wait a minute.
No,
What
I like
accent
that.
was that?
This is more in a line with how I feel, minus the sparkly earrings.
Keep
Like,
the
that's-
earrings. No, keep the. You really fine. Do whatever you want. Do
Yeah,
whatever you
I am really a Scrooge. Like I really am.
Oh,
Like,
baby.
this is the best I got, y'all. This is
No.
it.
Can I tell you, this is how we know that we are friends, because she showed up with the best of intentions, dolled up, done up. She looked great, everyone. Just so you know, she looked wonderful. But then she was like, I don't like this. And she felt so comfortable with us that she just said, nope, I'm taking it off.
Yeah,
Because I know that my friends love me anyway. And then she left and came back in a
And
onesie.
came back. In the cutest of onesies. And then she still put
She
on
took off
earrings.
the earrings.
Yes.
like this is it's I just
Did you
refuse.
put on a bonnet?
Oh no,
No,
it's just
I
a
don't
hair,
know.
okay.
Okay, just saying.
yeah, it's just my
Just a
hood.
shadow.
Because now I feel like I am doing my damnedest to be festive, but
Aw.
I ain't.
I'm wearing a red turtleneck. That's about as far as it goes for me.
I'm wearing
And I have a tree.
house pajamas.
nice.
So
That's it, girl. That's the comfort of it all.
I mean they're clean. I don't sleep in these, but they are pajamas.
Okay,
Yeah.
they're like technically they're pajamas, but I
But
Mhm.
listen,
I got a
if
red
you put
shawl.
on- yeah, clean clothes. At this point, that's the best you can ask. Is for clean
Right.
clothes,
You know
clean
what?
butt and clean clothes. That's it.
And
That's all.
then, you know, to be
Mhm.
extra, I washed my hair. So, you know.
No,
Yeah.
Kevin, we did not have a time last night because you know.
he
you
had a time is what
No,
he's
you
trying to
had
say.
already. We had
When
a
he
ti-
said
you
we,
had
he
a-
means him and people we don't know.
We don't want it. No, we don't want to know.
No.
I think it's so
Get up,
appropriate.
get
Mom.
in here and tell us what time you had last night.
I
I
like
think
your
it's
background though. I like your little Christmas tree, Angelique. That's cute. And Jermaine's
Thanks.
background is
and I
festive.
decorated it.
Thank
It's covered in
In balls
Mhm.
and tinsel. I'm sorry.
I like it. I like that it's covered in balls. It made me happy. There was a deep joy in my heart.
You have to say it like that. Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to
Chris-
not say that.
Christmas
It's
balls.
covered in
What they called? No, those
ornaments.
What else?
Ornaments or baubles? Baubles.
Baubles.
A bauble
Baubles,
doesn't
baubles.
necessarily have to be an ornament, but an ornament can be a bauble. A
That's
bauble
true.
can be, but isn't necessarily an
That
ornament.
What
is
is
true.
the
Anyway,
I
they're
don't know what-
ornaments. And there's a garland on it. The
We're gonna
gold
call them
garland.
balls.
Hmm?
And garland.
Oh, I have a
Tinsel.
tree.
Never mind.
You got tinsel. See, I got
There's no
that.
tinsel.
There's no
It's a
tinsel. What is that?
garland.
It's
It's
just
It's a
garland.
It's like
garland,
a beaded
and then a
garland.
string, and then a
Yeah.
string of lights.
Oh, then a string of lights. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Kevin
have more
says,
than what
I
was on mine.
CP. Kevin says, I CP. CP boy.
No.
You're not allowed, Kevin.
No.
It's
There are no festivities. Or maybe I should put on a red lip so I can be like festive.
There you go.
listen.
That'll pep it right up.
Yeah.
No, I can't be
You can
bothered.
if you want to.
My girl said I
Agreed.
can't
I
bother.
love it. I can't be
Yeah.
My
bothered.
girl said,
You
well,
cannot-
I could do, you know what? Never mind. Can't bother.
These
Listen.
symbols. But
Different.
tell me. I mean, we understand that, Mo had a kind of a rough day, I guess.
It's just been
know.
a patch. We're just gonna call it a patch.
Rough
It's a rough
patch.
patch. Yeah,
I
it's a
love
rough
that you
patch.
have the Grinch behind you, though. That's
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. That's what bugged me. I always say she has the Grinch behind her, and
Now-
she's just sitting here representing what he's representing.
the spirit of the Grinch.
But that's all right, because we love you anyway, so that's all right. You can Grinch it on up, girl. But what do you guys have planned? I'm for Christmas.
Well, my family we don't really celebrate Christmas specifically, but we will gather together and eat food. That's about as much as we do. We don't do all the decorations. We don't really do the gift giving or any of that stuff. We just get together and eat food.
It's like another celebration of Thanksgiving.
Tell us about the menu. I'm
Yes, I was gonna
interested in
ask.
the menu. Yeah,
Yes.
the menu. We're talking.
I
I don't know what the menu is, but I've bought a load of chocolate. That's my gift. That's what I'm bringing to the gathering. But I don't know what the food is going to be. I have a giant box of Jaffa cakes.
Girl, I thought that was Reynolds wrap. I was like, she bringing aluminum foil?
I have crackers. I have chocolate biscuits. You would call them cookies. I've got chocolate biscuits.
The disdain in your voice.
I know, when she
I got
said that, you
After
heard
Eight
it too? All
chocolates.
right, After Eight.
And then I've got a
Cheese.
fridge full of cheese that I can't eat. So I'll be bringing that to my...
Why can't you eat
Why
the
can't you eat
cheese?
There's lactose intolerance.
Oh, well, why do you have all the cheese?
Because I know
some-
that they like cheese and they
Oh,
have
for them.
a nice
Okay,
selection
you-
of cheeses.
Buy
Okay.
some Lactaid or whatever enzyme.
Yeah.
And have that
I should, but
cheese,
I
girl.
just can't be bothered.
Fine.
I really do like cheese. Like I miss eating cheese, but it wrecks me so much that I'm just like, oh, it's not worth.
Any kind of cheese, eh? Not just like the soft cheeses.
It depends. So I find if I have cooked cheese, as in like in mac and cheese, I can get away with a certain amount of that before I start to feel bad. Or if I have like small amounts of like ice cream, I'm okay. But I think it's because it's cooked, because it's like a frozen custard, isn't it? It's cooked. But I think fresh, like dairy, like just fresh milk or fresh cream or I think yogurt, I can't do it. It's just it just tears me up straight away.
Sure. I have found that like
Yeah.
hard cheeses.
Mhm.
So like Parmesan.
I can do those.
Those
with
are
no
like
nuts.
usually okay because they have less lactose,
Lactose
right?
in them.
There's like less lactose in those, whereas brie, camembert, them things there, cream cheese will be
I love
like,
those though, but
they're
yeah,
delicious,
they
but
kill
those
me.
would be the ones that would rip your insides apart.
Yeah.
So I try to stay away from those so that I don't have to not have cheese.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't buy brie anymore. I don't buy.
I nearly bought brie when I filled my fridge with cheese.
I want to try brie. I don't think I ever had it. I saw
It's
Oh,
like a
brie is
recipe
good.
flavor.
Brie is really nice. It's so
Like-
soft and
It doesn't
Yeah,
go with
they
everything
have-
though.
it's gooey in the middle. It's really nice with like grapes or like sweet plummy
Yeah.
fruits.
It's
good.
nice with sweet fruits, but it's not nice with some wines. I don't know. It's so
True,
weird to me
true.
that like
No,
for
yeah.
me, hard like strong cheddar kind of goes with everything for me. But brie, not so much.
Brie baked with caramelized onions and
Oh
you
my
dip crusty
gosh.
bread in
Dip
it.
crusty bread in it. Oh,
Oh.
yes.
The way you
yes.
both said crusty
crusty
bread.
bread.
Does it
Yeah.
have to be crusty
I've
bread?
never heard of crusty bread.
It has to be
It has to be
crusty bread.
crusty bread.
Yeah, all
Crusty
this.
doesn't sound like a positive to me. What is this crusty bread?
No, as in, it's crunchy on the outside, but soft and
Oh.
fluffy in the middle. Crusty
Ah.
bread.
Crusty bread.
I
Like
It's
a
just
French
perfect that you
bread.
both said crusty bread.
Because
got
it
to be
is. It's got to be crusty
It's
bread.
crusty.
Okay.
It's got that.
Crusty.
It's got that
Full of
crunch.
crust. I would have said crunchy bread. But
Mhm.
No,
I
it's
get why it's crusty because it's
Crusty.
only crunchy in the crust,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm,
around the crust.
mhm. Always
get it.
good.
I get
Always
I
good.
saw like a recipe that had like a pretzel, a piece of brie, a piece of bacon, and a pretzel, and then they put it in the oven.
Ooh.
And then when it came out, they like dribbled a little honey on it, and I'm like, "Well, what is
Ooh.
this? What is this? I want to try this. What is?"
I mean, I didn't
Ooh.
even eat meat, but ooh.
Yeah, I don't
Even
know.
just the pretzel with the cheese and the honey.
Mhm.
That.
Mhm.
I don't know. I saw it, but I'm always. Are you like me and you're cautious of like who's making the recipe when you're like you're like I don't know if this is no, I'm a little cautious, but y'all said y'all both your reactions make me think, okay, well maybe I'm right and maybe I should just try it and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, buy a small little piece of brie just to test it out. Don't buy the big round disc, because
The way Jermaine is pressuring Kev to join us is hilarious. You come in here and say that.
Yeah, you come say hi.
He's talking about he gonna fall asleep in 3, 2, 1, and he keep talking. Then he just come in here. You got so much to say about your bread. Need some of vino, and an ice cream love you, and you don't love it, or it doesn't.
He
love
loves
you.
ice cream, but it doesn't love him. Which is how lactose intolerance works, Kev. Generally speaking, it's not that we don't like the dairy; it's that the dairy does not like us.
I want dairy
our
bodies,
right now. Our mouths enjoy, but our bodies.
I want some Haagen-Dazs butter pecan ice cream. Right
now. Aldi had a vegan cheese selection that they brought out for Christmas, and I bought it out of curiosity, and no.
Okay. What did it taste like?
I don't know, but I don't
not
like
cheese
it.
for sure, but like
yeah.
You know what? I mean, I haven't. This is no qualm or nothing to spit out with it comes to like when they change foods around to be like the copycat of. But what bugs me is that when it's a copycat of, it's like, oh, but it tastes the same. No, it does not. It doesn't. That's like saying an Oreo is the same as a diet Oreo or a low calorie Oreo. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't taste that way. They've changed it around. They might have put maybe less sugar, but they've added something else that now it's going to preserve your body for a little bit longer because they're trying to at least match something. It's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. I think they're trying to cater to people who do veganism for more political reasons rather than for health reasons or whatever. It's not that they don't like the taste of meat, but they just don't agree with eating meat. So they want to have something that's similar to
No.
So, which I get. And the same with all the other alternatives that are out there.
Jermaine is like, no, you've made your choice.
But then like me, I didn't stop eating meat because I'm, this is animal cruelty or anything. Okay. I don't eat it because eating meat doesn't agree with me physically, I feel. So I feel better when I don't eat meat. That's the only reason why I stopped eating meat. But that doesn't mean I don't like the taste of meat.
Right.
So if I can find a good meat alternative, although they're not the healthiest, every now and then I will.
My problem is a lot of these healthy options that are like vegan, whatever, mock this,
they're not healthy.
Blah, blah, blah.
They're not that healthy.
They have so much sodium, which is something that I never had to think about before I was diagnosed with having high thingy blood pressure. But now I'm like, my vegan mac and cheese from Daya, where it's like vegan cheese and gluten-free pasta and all of the things, everything's a replacement for something else. But I mean, it's real food, but it's not the thing it's imitating. It's like 30 something percent sodium of like my daily recommended value of sodium. I'm like, in one serving? No. I can't do that. Like I can't have anything else. I can't, like, I have to be so careful. You know what I mean? Or then I have to flood my system with potassium to like balance it out or whatever. I'm learning lots of cool things about my body, but also
you're learning a lot of things about the other foods out there that you're trying to substitute, realizing that they're worse. You're better off. Come here, baby. Come here. Hug. You'll be okay.
I see your
This is me
frustration.
receiving the hug.
Yeah, I see your frustration. You're just like pouting, like
I know.
stop.
Like,
But I get it. I get it.
I mean, even when it comes to like even with even changing up even the food lifestyle, at one point I was like, when I'm going back to Oreos, I don't know why. I think because I really like
Oreos are vegan, by the way.
Yeah, I know that. I know, but but no. When they were talking, when the diet craze is really pushing, they were, we have low calorie Oreos. I'm like, who the hell wants a low calorie Oreo? I'd rather find my control and eat a regular Oreo,
right?
Than sit here and because when people see low calorie or fat free or blah blah blah, try to eat the whole damn box, and it's like, well, that's counterproductive. And just like Angelique said, when they make all these other foods, even low calorie soda,
anything you take out, you have to replace it with something.
Exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm. And they often replace it with anything that's got baking soda in it, right? Bicarbonate, sodium bicarbonate, it's gonna be high sodium content.
Yeah, or they'll put either extra salt, or they'll put aspartame, other different types of sugar. Aspartame. What did I say? Aspartame.
I don't remember what you said.
I said aspartame. Or
the way you said it, Jermaine, and I'm
sounded cute.
I want to keep it. Yeah, I want to keep it.
And I mean, and they put all this other stuff in it, and I'm like, well, okay, that'll preserve me for a little bit longer, because that's all I see it as. Oh, that's just another preservative layer that's going to be added to me, instead of just eating that regular. Because even here, I realized that. Yes, I'm still sticking with Oreos because this is where I noticed it most. I would like, oh man, I want to, I'd rather have some like regular chocolate cookies, like Oreos, blah, blah, blah. And after a year or 2 or 3, when I really, because the food here is different and a little bit more natural with certain things, or just in general. And I went and had the first thing I had, I think I was making a cake, and the person had bought frosting that I used to use all the time, like, Better Crock or whoever it was. And I opened up that sucker and I tasted it, and I was like, it just tastes like chemical and sugar. And I was like, I was putting this on cakes, because at that point I was making the frosting all the time. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's bad. And even with Oreos, like now here they have a brand that's like Oreo cookies. And I tasted that. I'm like, oh, okay, these taste normal. And when I went back to States and did Oreo cookies, I was like, oh, this tastes like a mouthful of chemical. Guess I won't be eating those anymore.
Anything that's American is chemical.
I feel horrible. I mean, and it's not like here they take out, they like, it's just a different level of flavor, I'm sure. But
I don't think it's a take out. It's what they choose to put in, right?
It's what they choose to put in. And I think in Europe in general, especially if you're still part of the EU, there are more restrictions on what they can put in the food.
This is very true.
Compared with the States, there are lots of things that is put into American food that is banned in Europe. You can't manufacture food with those ingredients.
There are things you can't even bring from the States into Europe because of those rules. I was like what? Oh God.
I don't even know what they are, but I don't
know
about it.
They exist,
because that's been the ongoing debate ever since the UK left the EU. Now it's all of this stuff is going to be brought in, and it's going to ruin the food industry in Britain and blah blah blah.
I'm angry at UK now.
You don't want to be poisoned by your government like Americans? No. What? I thought everybody loved that. I thought
it's like, how there's this whole debate about the farming industry and bringing in produce from other places like America. Right. And for the longest while, we wouldn't have like chlorinated chicken, or when you wash your chicken with chlorine or something. That's something apparently that's something they do in the States apparently. But that's never been allowed here, and now they're worried that that's going to come in because we're no longer part of the EU.
Are you kidding me?
People act like the government doesn't have the control to make the same rules. You know what I mean? Like,
well, they don't.
Now that we're part of,
that's the point. They want to trade with other places because they think it's going to be beneficial to the economy.
But it wouldn't matter.
That was why they left the EU.
I mean, it's been years. How's that going?
I don't know.
I can tell you how it's going. It's pissing me off because I can't get anything from there now.
Honestly, the thing is, the public didn't vote for Brexit on that basis. They voted for Brexit on a false campaign based on, they're letting too many foreigners into the country. They basically played on the racism of the nation to get what they wanted in place.
And they were
and
like,
now
yes,
what's actually happening, the nation doesn't want it. And it's like, but you voted for this.
This
They're
is what
like,
you wanted.
51 or something % of the country, the nation is racist.
Uh-huh.
But somehow the royal family or whoever found out that the institution isn't racist. The UK doesn't have a problem with racism. Very interesting.
It's yummy, you know. Anyway.
Tea. I recently started drinking hibiscus tea. Has anyone else ever had that before?
Oh yeah, that's nice. That's real nice.
It's really yummy. I've learned that it helps lower your blood pressure, but also at room temperature or even cold with a little bit of honey, it kind of tastes like sorrel.
Yeah, because I think they're related. I think
I
don't know if I made that up, but yeah, they are kind of similar. Sorrel is amazing.
Sorrel.
I love sorrel.
I have never had it.
What?
I remember my dad because my dad was born in Jamaica and but he was raised in Cuba. But he always talked about he and his mom, and would always talk about, they're gonna have some sorrel, but I never got any ever. Even my mama.
That makes me
like, it for me.
But I've never had.
Deprived you.
R-E-L. But don't confuse it with Sorel, the boot company in Canada.
Oh, that's what Alpha keeps popping up, like farm apartments.
So type in sorrel and then type in drink
or beverage or
Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think in
it
North
might
Africa,
be one
they drink
R
it as a
and
tea
two
as
L's,
well.
though.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a sweet gingery wine hued Jamaican drink. Okay.
It's not a Jamaican drink. It's drunk across the Caribbean. Thank you very much. And in other parts of the Caribbean, it's not gingery necessarily.
It's not gingery.
I hate how we just call everything Jamaican as long as it's Jamaican. No, it's not.
Because Jamaica is the whole Caribbean as far as they're concerned.
Look, if the rest of the Caribbean is vexed about it, why don't you make a name for yourselves? Don't be mad at us.
Who said that?
I'm sorry. I'm not the one telling people that all of the Caribbean is Jamaica. It's them doing it, So if you're vexed, don't be vexed with Jamaica. I know we are doing it, we're just existing.
No, you're not just existing. Stop lying.
No, you're right. We're not just existing. We are existing fabulously. We are existing famously. We are existing excellently to the point where the rest of the world identifies the Caribbean with Jamaica, and that is wonderful. I say that I'm being facetious, obviously. I don't think that all of the Caribbean is Jamaica, but also, and my fault,
all of the Caribbean is Jamaican.
Hey, Kev, welcome.
Yeah, he's wiping the crust on his eyes. He's still asleep, y'all. He's still
asleep. Because you had a time last night.
We had a time last night. Yeah.
Who is we?
The fire department had a Christmas party, so.
And you're still there? You just never went home?
I didn't mean.
No, that's the thing. We had the party last night, and then I had to be back at work this morning. So.
Did you just sleep there?
Huh?
Did you just sleep there?
I probably should have. Well, I mean, we had a party at a place. There's
a different club
here. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
what club was that? Oh, we're not dropping names. Is that the pictures I saw on Facebook with you and the wife and the kids all dressed up? You look so beautiful. That's a nice looking family.
That probably was my niece's wedding.
Oh, that's what that probably was.
Yeah, but this was just the adults. It wasn't no family in there. It was just the adults.
And notice how you say that. They're just the adults.
Yeah. Had a little grown and sexy action going on,
Freak nasty. Y'all was playing some Meg the Stallion. What was y'all playing?
They played a lot of throwbacks and new backs and everything. So
Oh, throwbacks and new backs.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't think of the word to go with it.
New back
I'll
sounds
tell you, it's not
like
there right now. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's
It's okay.
Oh, was y'all
perfect.
playing like
It's
let's get it
entertaining for
on?
us.
That's all right.
but it was like it's an actual club that used to be a bowling alley.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't be going outside. I be in my house. I pretend like I be outside. I be in my house. I don't go. I don't be going outside.
It was
It's nice you enjoyed yourself.
but it was since it was at an actual place. I mean, they had an actual DJ that was playing some of everything.
Nice.
So it was quite interesting. Like I said, it was the fire department, so there was a multicultural event, and so there were to see certain people drink and get outside of their comfort zone.
Yep.
It's always quite interesting.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Can you show me one of the moves that you wasn't expecting to see that you saw? Or describe it?
Sure, I can show you.
Just show me something you wasn't.
Hold on.
Wait,
I can't wait.
wait.
Come on.
What that was going? Wait, I'm so excited.
Okay, so you know the song. I can't remember what song was even playing, but when somebody getting into it, and then they start trying to, and then they hit the.
No.
The Matrix.
The Matrix.
Like, hold on, we saw
They do
you,
that.
but let's not. Yeah,
What was that last part? Did you?
you gotta be like, hey, did y'all see me? Did y'all see that? Yeah,
Yeah, you saw me get down. You saw me get down.
That's my move. That's my move.
Y'all didn't know I could do that, did you? You didn't know I had that.
Y'all didn't know I could do that, did you? That's hilarious.
Y'all had no idea.
I knew it. Oh, I knew that was gonna be good. Okay, I'm done asking questions. I just had to see.
It was just, oh my goodness, it was funny.
I've gone to things like that for like jobs, and it's just amazing how people just let way too much of their hair down. Way too much.
The liquors were flowing, so it was.
Well, it don't take much here.
I refuse to go to work.
I think everybody got home
Christmas
safe.
parties for that reason.
No, I go just to see everything.
I refuse.
You refuse.
You will not find. I
dance
just
like
don't see the
that.
point in going to a social event to socialize with people that you don't want to socialize with. I'm like, I don't mind, being professional, polite, having a bit of banter when we're actually working together. And there's like a small proportion of those people that I genuinely would consider my friends, but I wouldn't socialize with them at a work thing.
Gotcha.
It's just not me. And some of those events, I'm just like, when you feel you have to put on a front, like you have to, I'm not into it because I'm not a front kind of person. Like I find it very difficult to be fake. So
it's
I'm not
tiring.
gonna go there and be fake. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, this is so much fun. No.
It's not fun. It's not. I'm not having a good time. I'm not having a good
Is
time.
it though?
Yeah.
Is it fun?
It's not my idea of fun. And then, certain demographics of people that I'm just not.
I've had a my share of like those job parties and events, and it's like and because anytime I go out, I'm not a drinker because I'm going home alone, so I need to be normal. I have to go on a train and a bus and all other stuff, and here some people act like the weekend is like a 3-day furlough and that's all they got. And they got to do everything before Monday. And it's like, you know, the Dutch courage at 5:01, you
that's
know,
the other thing I don't like about work parties is that everyone acts like a damn idiot. I'm not drinking with you. I'm not drinking with you because I want to get home in one piece. And you lot don't know how to behave with some alcohol in your system. Like, no.
You know, it reveals the people whose lives are rough because it's like you have a substance issue.
No,
you don't know when to stop. You can't have less that you can't stop at one drink or two. You gotta keep going. Okay.
They know they can stop, but they want to. They want to keep going.
They know they can stop. I can stop if I want to.
Well, concerning the fact they don't.
I just don't want to. Okay, sure.
No, I don't hear that conversation out of them either.
I'm not saying that they would say that, but it's like I'm here to have fun, and for me, having fun means being plastered out of my mind where I don't remember what I did. Okay.
Exactly. That's the thing that bothers me. And I think maybe over here in the UK, there's this thing where it's like, if you're not drinking, you're not having fun, which I don't understand.
Here too.
Personally, I don't understand. And I think for me, as a woman by myself, like, I'm not going to go amongst a group of people who I don't really trust that much, who I'm not that close to, allow myself to become completely uninhibited and not in control of myself or where I am or where I'm going. I don't trust you enough to get to that place with you. And the other thing as well, drunk people are obnoxious. They're really obnoxious. I can't stand being around drunk people.
I can't. I can't.
Yes.
And they are wall to wall.
How are you doing? I haven't seen you since.
No, get away from
we
me.
worked together, so I saw you a few hours ago. But,
you know what?
You were gonna come.
And they gotta be this close.
It's
this close.
Yeah.
And sometimes
where they're making poor decisions and they drag you into it and you feel obligated to kind of look after them. And I'm like, I don't want to be your babysitter for the night. I don't want to be holding your hair up while you throw up in a corner. I don't want to be trying to make sure you get home safely. And I don't want to have to deal with that.
So you just don't go.
That's partly why I don't drink at work functions. I don't really go out to work functions unless I really absolutely have to.
Yeah.
I want to be of sound mind.
and
I
calm
want to be
body.
at home at a reasonable time.
I drink a drink or maybe two to get through
the situation.
So that things don't annoy me, because when I'm sober, this kind of thing is annoying. All of the stuff that we just said, people like getting really close up in your face, yelling in your ear because they're like, the music's loud, so I have to yell. It's like, not when your mouth is next to my eardrums. Like, you can just talk to me. Like, I'll hear you. That kind of stuff makes me angry. Like, a lot of stuff just makes me like, ugh. So I have a drink to take the edge off. And then maybe I'll have another one to be like, I'm glad that I'm here. And then I stop. Because if I have more than that, I'll feel sick. And so that will get me through like enough hours before I can like leave. And it's not, people remember that they saw me and before I left, as opposed to, no, I was there. They're like, were you there? I didn't even see you. Yeah. She was only there for like an hour. So I drink to tolerate other people.
At least you go. I just don't go. And they'll be like,
don't always go. But
you should come out. You should come with us. And I'm like, no, I'm busy. Or I'll pretend I'm going and then still not go.
Girl. If it's a big party, I'll see you there, just so that people stop asking you about it. And then you don't go. And they're like, hey, did you? Yeah. I was only there for a little bit, though. That's probably why you didn't see me.
No, I've gone to a few. I mean, and they're not even just parties. I mean, I remember I was talking to a friend of mine just recently. I remember vividly a friend of mine. She's moved from here now. She's back in the States. But I remember we went to a bar that I sometimes sing with, another band. I was there last week, but this is like several years ago. She and I were there. And we're looking around. The first thing we noticed, I was like, there are a lot of people here, and all of them are just drunk. And there was a couple that we saw, the man and woman. They were just dancing around, just bobbing around and dancing around. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we're sitting next to the bar. All of a sudden, they did another roundabout, dancing around, and homeboy.
Oh no!
And mind you, he's dancing with this woman, hand in a, and then blah blah blah. He put his face in my friend's chest. I mean, literally just put his face just like, and I was like, what? And I grabbed him. My friend's like, Jermaine, no. Thinking, what is
why would she say no?
I think because,
she thought you were gonna beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, like she didn't want him to put like her, I'm assuming her hands on him, like she could just like, no, stop, don't, instead of like actually getting physical.
And see, what I hate about that he would use the whole thing about I was drunk as a cover for that. And I'm just like, no.
And the thing about it, the chick he's dancing with is totally oblivious to this. I didn't understand why, but other people saw it. So and at that point, it was that's that lightning quick. And then he was gone, and she was still in like a little bit of shock because that was just, totally
and that's why
out of the ordinary.
Drunk people are obnoxious.
And then he came back over after about 5 or 10 minutes. I was cussing, and and he apologized. He apologized to her, And it was, of course, it was, I'm so sorry, blah, 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 blah.
So he knows what he was doing then, because he was still drunk at that point, right?
Right. I mean, it doesn't take 5-10 minutes to get
I think because
when
when someone yanks the back of your hair before someone tells you to stop, you kind of enlighten yourself, like, okay, a little soberness came over me, and now I see because that's what I was doing. Of course, but the thing is, that's what I did. I grabbed the back of his hair to pull him out of, and he was like, "I'm so sorry," and it was like, just get out.
Yeah,
you don't even need to be here in this building. Get out. There's no apology that's necessary with this. I mean, it's not even just the job part is this, but like I said, with here, like I said, they sometimes, to me, from what I've noticed, and even people who say it, yeah, it's the weekend, you got to go to the bar, you got to go drink. I mean, what did you do when you went to the state, when you lived in the States? And I said, the weekend for us was a time to wind down. You had
not everybody.
Well, no, not everybody, but more so the average was more that than the hype up of winding up. And I said, chill out. You might go for a drink or two, meet some friends. You might go to a club or two. You take your boat. Saturday, usually you had to wake up and do some chores. Or go shopping, or go do, you do those things you couldn't do during the week. Sunday, you're preparing for Monday. Where here they be drinking all weekend and but have to have a story on Monday. What you do at the beginning? Oh yeah, I mean, I went to this bar, I went to this club, I went to this place. As if there's some kind of bragging rights.
How do they remember what happened?
As if there's some bragging rights involved sometimes. I mean, that's like I said, not everyone, but a lot. And I'm like, staying home is the really
other thing
nice.
I've never understood about drinking to excess is when they say they had a really good time, but they don't remember what happened. Then how do you know you had a good time? I don't understand that.
Heck, I don't drink, and there are times I do not remember what I did over the weekend.
Yeah, this is why I say it's a substance problem, because if a good time for you is literally a vacation from your senses, like, then you have an issue, right? Like, if you need to not be here anymore and like not remember what's happening in order for it to qualify as a good time, your life is rough, or
give yourself a headache, make yourself throw up, and all the other, like, why is this enjoyable to you? I don't understand it.
It's that Dutch courage at taking away the inhibitions. And I'm like, keep your freaking inhibitions. I said, please keep your inhibitions, because when you were sober that you didn't need to talk to me, then don't do it when you're drunk. because you will not be more attractive. You know, what is the point doing
If
that?
anything, you'll be even less attractive.
Exactly, but they don't think that way.
Because drunk
They
people
think
are
because now
obnoxious.
they're relaxed and now they'll be cool. And I had this guy. Well, I know he thought he was saying, "Hey, how you doing?" But it came out. I was like, "Please back away from me, please." You know. I mean,
Y'all,
so
Carl is in the chat.
yo, Carl is
Hi,
also
Carl.
Carl is a Kevin. Carl is a Kevin. So
That's
go ahead.
funny.
Carl is a Kevin.
Not anymore.
Kevin's here,
I mean, Kevin's
but
here.
Kevin's here. Said
Thank
I
you.
appreciate
Yes,
Kevin.
yes,
No,
that's
I said
it.
was. I said Carl was a Kevin. So the Kevin
Carl
is here. and
is what Kevin was.
Yeah,
There you
I'm telling
go.
you, I didn't even hear but half of that statement. So
I-
I was trying to figure out how to defend myself for no reason. I didn't even have
no,
to be
you
defending
didn't even
myself.
have to. It's all right. It's all
How
right.
to defend myself.
Okay, I have a few things, at least for this year. What, because I realized thinking about that when I was watching even FTT, what are some great moments or highlights for yourselves this year? He's laughing. There were so many. Positive highlights.
And pursued her dream. That's
Huh?
dope. Angelique
What?
quit her 9 to 5 and pursued her dream. That's dope.
Whoop, whoop.
That is a great thing that happened to me this year.
That happened to you.
Witnessing your friend and their greatness. That is a big deal.
Yeah.
Truly.
You're so sweet. I was gonna say there were a lot of things that happened this year that before they happened, like when I found out they were gonna happen or when they just happened, they were highlights and they quickly soured. So I'm like, okay, what's something that was a highlight in the beginning and still feels like a highlight now in November? Sorry, shit, we're in December.
We're over halfway through December.
We are literally in the last whatever sliver of this year.
I thought you were going to say we were in the last days.
That's 2 weeks.
Because it feels like it.
We're in our last days. Would you?
We definitely are now. Don't make the pastor have to get in the pew. Let me tell you now.
Don't
I'm
start.
sorry. See, I can't even get my pew together. But hey, let me tell you, see, because if we begin in Genesis, we go all the way to Revelation, and everywhere in between, there's a prophecy.
I'm gonna cut you off there. I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna stop you there. I don't have anything to say. I just wanted to stop you there.
Kevin's like, look at his face. Look at that face.
Look at your face. I love it.
Actually, no. I was joking. I do have something I want to say. Unmute and turn your camera back on, please. I was gonna say,
come back here.
An actual genuine highlight.
Please. Thank you.
I was just kidding. Sorry, Kev. But a genuine highlight for me is, let him pout. A genuine highlight for me is quitting my 9 to 5 and starting my business. That's a genuine highlight. Thank you. And another genuine highlight for me is getting my first union gig. This is one of the things that it hasn't soured per se, but it hasn't turned out the way that I thought it would, which is that I thought I would get more jobs after that. And I got this job in March, April, and I've auditioned a lot, which is great, but I have not booked a single other union job since that first one. And so it feels a little bit like, why did I join the union? But it was a highlight. But yeah, the main one is, I guess, finally deciding to do the thing I've been thinking about doing for the last 2 years. And yeah.
Well, we're all proud of you.
Very proud.
Here's hoping that I don't go broke before I start making money.
And here's to the point where I know you will be getting more jobs as time goes. And you will. Don't have that face.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. V. You
Me.
get any? Yeah.
I've just been sitting there racking my brains.
You got your first leadership role. That's
I
pretty cool.
did, but it's been going so interestingly.
It's going crooked is what it's
That's
Sure.
leadership.
I'll take it for what it is. It's a good opportunity. It's a learning opportunity.
Right.
It's something I can put on my CV. Yeah, and for the very short period that I've been doing it, it's way more money than I've ever made. So
There you go.
that's good. And the other thing I was going to say is in October was a year since I bought my place.
Whoop, whoop.
And I haven't fallen behind on my mortgage payments. I've been able to pay all my
That's
bills.
something to celebrate.
I haven't struggled. I mean,
awesome.
okay, no, I have worried about money, but it's not been to the extent that I know a lot of people at the moment are struggling with. So
that's a big win.
That's a big thing.
That's a big win. It's a big one. Mo.
Yeah. Oh, my highlight was that my oldest was in speech therapy since he was like 3 or 4. And this year he graduated from speech therapy.
Yes.
There we go.
He's done.
Progress.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty proud of the kid. He's still a jerk, but I'm still pretty proud of the kid.
Aww.
Yeah. But anyway.
I mean, he is. Listen, do you know the little kids? Do you remember growing up with like the know-it-all kid? He's the
That was Kev.
kid.
Look at his face.
He's the know-it-all kid, and it's just. Me and him wouldn't have been friends as kids. We wouldn't have been friends. But I love him dearly. But we wouldn't have been friends.
Wasn't meant to be.
Like I get it. I also was the know-it-all kid, but like because I was a girl, I didn't say all the things I thought.
Oh, he says all the things he thinks. He's got all the audacity of a man at 8. No offense, Kev. Love you dearly.
I'm not even here.
Yes, you are. We identify you.
All the audacity. He's got it all.
So, Kev, what you got on? What you got?
Mendacity as well.
A great moment.
Too big, huh? What did you say, B?
Mendacity.
Mendacity.
I never heard that before.
My girl said, Google it.
It's a word.
My girl said, Google it.
Go ahead, Kev. Kev.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Look, love. Still love.
Tell me a great moment, Kev. I know all your children graduated and did something this year. Every darn one of them. Every darn one of them was doing something great. Huh?
Isn't it fitting that the word starts with men? Anyway. Anywho.
What is happening right now?
We just Googled mendacity.
That's an actual word?
It is a word. I didn't make it up. It's a word.
The condition of being untruthful.
Well, that's not you, Kev.
It's just
coincidental
that it starts with men. It's just
it's just very telling that.
Incidental.
The mendaciousness of men.
It's
anyway.
Coincidental.
Menstruation, menopause, mendacity.
You see, there's a theme here.
Anyway,
so tell us about that great moment, Kev.
So not all of them, but my oldest did graduate from high school. So that is.
No, actually, what I said is all of them had some big celebration this year. That's what I meant. Because you always put it up when they had some big celebration, which was great.
Sure.
But the oldest one graduating was the big one. All right, fine.
Did he go to the Marines?
Yeah, that kind of fell through.
Yeah.
But he's still pursuing it. So
okay.
That's probably. I will take full responsibility of that because that might have been my prayer that it didn't work out for him and he stayed home. I'll take full responsibility. Like I'm excited, but also Don't be sending him over there to them to do whatever it is that they finna do over there. He stay right at home.
Don't send him over there to do the thing that they said to do over there doing the thing.
Yeah, them doing the things that nobody knows why they doing the things. Right.
No, keep our baby at the house. He be all right here when we
Keep
can
my
watch him.
baby at the house.
That's the same concerns I had, but then as he talked about it and he was actually interested and excited and things, it was more of a sense of him actually pursuing something that he was interested in.
That's
that would take him far.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to keep him motivated to continue to pursue it. It just everything didn't fall into place like he needed it to start with. So still looking forward, but he's just working and trying to be a young man. He bought himself a motorcycle, which I didn't really want him to do, but he did. So
okay, that was the low.
He bought a motorcycle.
Yeah,
it's not a big motorcycle. It's some kind of Honda something, and he's bigger than the motorcycle. That's
funny.
It's funny.
God protect him. That's all. That's all we got to say. Did God protect him. That's it. That's all.
That's
okay.
He is not bigger than the bike.
Okay. No, but I understand what you mean.
Listen, I
understand what you mean.
5'7". He's like 6'2", 6'3".
Okay.
He's bigger than the bike, so yeah.
Okay.
But anyway,
so that was your high moment and a low moment.
It only goes like 50, 60 miles per hour. And it like starts up. I was like, is it gas? Because it started up so quiet. And he was like, it's gas. He said, and it's premium. I was like, okay.
Does he have like the motorcycle suit, the protective suit?
Nah, he just wearing he had on a sweatsuit right there.
I know, but does he have a suit that he wears when he rides it? That's worrying.
Don't
Okay.
you know?
And that's the thing for me. It's like, okay, if you're gonna do this, then let's
do it properly.
Well, first of all, I said if you're gonna do that, you might as well save up your money and put it towards a 4-wheel vehicle.
Yeah.
But he wanted to do it his way. So
let him be a young kid doing reckless things, but he should get like a proper suit to it, like at least a jacket, so he doesn't rip the skin off his body.
They have built-in
arm shield
pads
inside the jacket.
I don't know that he has any of that because he went.
Because if he was to come off the bike in his sweatsuit,
the sweatsuit would come off of him.
Yeah,
so his skin.
Right. Yeah, that road rash is gonna be horrible. But
yeah, he's young.
Road rash.
Yeah.
That road will take his
flesh.
flesh.
I mean, I feel like that's an understatement to say road
rash.
Road rash.
Be more like, a removal of
skin.
Several layers of epidermis. And
yes. It's like a tattoo. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm getting an image. All right. Okay. So we got
the second. That was the first thing. The second big event of just a few weeks later got us into another house. So
that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Got us into a better neighborhood and everything, which was a plus. So we're enjoying it.
Good. Those are the pluses and
that
minuses.
was my 2 big events of the year. And I'm gonna stop right there. There's probably other things, but like I said, I'm not hitting on all cylinders right now. But those 2 things right there.
Yay!
Now my biggest, I think, I don't know what my greatest event. I guess making it a year with my own business. That was a big event for me to make it a whole year.
Yes.
And kind of, it wasn't low, but it was like, I have to think of it as not a low point, but a point of change and moving on. Instead, I'll be leaving the spot, the space that I've been renting and moving to a new spot by this month is my last time that I'll be going to a new space. So it was growth and change.
Yeah.
But
what's the difference between the current and the new spot?
Nothing. I haven't even actually settled on where and what and how. The last 2 or 3 places I'm looking at, both of them, I mean, they're very central. Both places are very central. The atmosphere it's a whole different look in each atmosphere in each place. One place is a very not clinical, but it's more like a clinic, and the other place is a little more calmer, more soothing to the eye,
The new place?
huh?
The new
One of
place
the,
is more
well,
soothing?
there's a couple, there's two that I'm
Oh,
trying
okay.
to like. I haven't actually said yes that one or yes that one, but I know which one I have in my mind that I would like to take.
The one that's
So I have to
soothing
talk
to
with
the
them.
eye.
But just the move in general is a big thing because I've been in that place for a year,
Yeah.
but growth has to happen,
Yes.
and we can't,
So let me ask you this then. What you're pursuing, are you trying to get something bigger? Is that what you're going for now?
Right now it's
I mean,
right,
if you got a bad landlord and say you're in a safe place, you can say it. Like you
oh
don't
no,
want to
the
build
landlord is fine, no,
You're in a
but me, I'm a safe space. I'm a
space.
safe space. No, because like I said, I was renting from the salon that I was in, and because she wants to grow her business, and in doing that, there'd be a lot of changes that did not would put me in a compromise. Even though she was trying to be, help and make it work. I knew it wasn't going to work. We were two women trying to build our business. I mean, and the fact that she held her ground on that place, she opened in like November or December 2019, right before COVID hit.
Oh.
And I knew a lot of people who have lost their business, and she kept hold, all this time, and now she's at a point where she wants to expand and grow, and unfortunately, I can't do that there with her. So, and I told her, I said, we're two women who want to grow, but we just can't do it. We just can't do it in the same arena.
Yeah.
So we have to part ways. So, so it wasn't,
They gotta let you fly.
Yeah, kind of. So I gotta.
Did you say she's a peacock?
I'm a peacock.
Yeah.
Do peacocks fly?
It's from a movie.
It's a movie.
Oh.
Have you seen the other guys? You ever seen that movie?
We've seen it like years ago, I think.
Yeah.
The one with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
That was one of Mark Wahlberg's lines. Like, I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
And so that's like the biggest thing. So, and then
peacocks fly.
Oh my God.
That's cool.
And a lot of like new stuff is about to happen for me for next year. So that I'm anticipating with anxiety, but happiness, but anxiety. So
happy angst,
but happy.
It's all for.
All for a purpose. It's literally a whole different direction, than what I've been in, a whole different direction. So it's a point of trying it out and see what happens, and we'll see in January. So we'll see that. We'll see what happens then.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm anticipating a lot, which is why I'm mad at the UK, because I wanted to order some clothes and I could not, because the place I order from normally does not send internationally anymore. Bad UK.
I'm sorry. I know you asked me for help, but No.
I mean, no, just in general. I mean, I was like, why don't they do this? And I'm like, okay. And I understand. And everyone's like, oh, it's Brexit. I see it, but how does Brexit stop stores from shipping internationally? US
it's because it's changed all the rules around the borders and stuff as well. I don't think people really realize what Brexit has done to the UK.
No,
I don't think they realize what it was actually going to put in place.
Yeah. It's actually ridiculous. And at the moment, everyone is on strike. So the post office is striking, the nurses are striking, the train drivers are striking, the bus drivers are striking. I can't remember who else is striking. The lawyers were striking actually this year. Who else has been striking? Yeah. The Bar Association. They went on strike.
Wow.
Various other, everyone is striking. And the government is like, let's get rid of the unions. I'm like, that's not the answer. But okay.
Right. So that's one of the issues with our it has been one of the bigger issues with the Republican Party here, is that a lot of the Republicans are owners of bigger businesses, so they don't want unions because of course the unions help for the workers to get more things done. And so a lot of them have been trying to bust up the unions and everything, and good pension plans, trying to break them down and get that money to go further into the government and things like that. The Union Pacific, which is like one of the main, well, I shouldn't even, not just Union Pacific, but the rail workers here as well were on strike or about to go on strike within the last couple of weeks. It was said that they didn't even have sick leave, which is weird to me, but
like no
they
days,
had to fight for I guess paid PTO or whatever.
Yeah.
So they could be off for
sick
so
days.
they had to fight for that. Yeah, they had to fight for sick days. Like how do you even let that happen? Yeah.
That's a mess.
It's crazy.
I was like,
oh yeah, the ambulance.
I don't really like
the ambulance people are going to strike as well. Yeah.
The ambulances?
Yeah, that's the ambulance drivers are striking.
Wow.
Why?
And the paramedics. Because everyone is working under ridiculous conditions with they haven't had a pay rise in years. The little incremental increases they have had doesn't match what's going on with the inflation rate in the UK at the moment. So people are just like, what? No, we need to do something about this. And the government's response is, we need to restrict the laws around striking. I'm like, stopping people from striking is not going to fix the problem. Like, you need to address the fact
a whole new problem.
Fix the problem that caused them to strike.
Gosh forbid they've tried to fix the problem. That means they will lose money to that 1% that's actually financing them.
Yeah, so there are strikes all around. I can't remember. There were some other organizations here that were striking as well, but I can't remember them all. But everyone's been going on strike.
Okay, so you're telling me coming to the UK right now is not a good thing.
No, I think the UK is, I don't know what, I mean, I guess it's affecting the rest of the world as well, obviously, but in the UK at the moment, it's like, when I made that joke earlier about it being the last days, it feels like I am living in it feels like I'm living in some kind of dystopian alternate reality. I don't understand what's going on. Genuinely. I don't understand what's going on. We've got, because first we had the COVID, then we had the monkeypox, and now we've got some other disease that's going around killing babies in the UK. And there's a shortage of antibiotics, and there's a big crisis about antibiotics. I was like, what is going on? What is actually going on?
There's a shortage of children's Tylenol out here too recently.
I don't understand what's going on.
How can there
Kids are dying of infections that should be
gone?
Yeah, I don't understand what's happening in the UK. And then they're talking about green power, and they're implementing all these rules to make things more good for the earth. But now they're talking about the government wants to open a coal mine in the UK. I was like, the coal mines have been closed since when? The 80s? Now you're reopening. What are you doing? What is happening?
That was
like, we want to go backwards.
That's a bunch of people ain't got nothing else better to do.
1 year we've had 3 prime ministers. What the hell is going on?
Exactly.
With no election.
That was one of the things it was interesting and ridiculous at the same time, was that when the previous president was running for office, he was going to these small communities, because that's the fan base for the Republican Party, is the little people who they fear. Is it fearmonger? They raise all these fears in them and everything, and tell them, the immigrants are taking your jobs, all this kind of stuff. But the thing is, the jobs that these people wanted to get back, or what he was telling them he was going to bring back, were like the coal mining jobs and stuff like that, stuff that's like outdated. We're trying to get away from fossil fuels anyway, because we know what it's doing to the planet. But there's actually people who want to go back to that. But I think it's one of those things where you want to go back to old reliable, I guess, in a way. But what does that really do for us? What does that prove? What does that bring us? How does that improve?
It's benefiting the person who owns the mine, and
that's
who's going to be selling the coal. And
people who've invested in coal.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause I'm like, the workers are the ones that are literally the ones in danger every single time they go into the coal mine. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Peacocks can fly for short distances.
Yeah. I think I
Thanks for
said that
stealing
earlier, but
my
I was
thunder.
on mute. But they do fly.
Bye.
I've seen it on a documentary. They look quite elegant when they fly.
Yes,
They do. They look majestic.
Yeah.
Especially with the
Majestic.
little, with their, majestic with the
Majestic.
tail.
Majestic.
Majestic.
So I was looking here when you were saying that UK isn't the company isn't shipping internationally. So
Yeah.
I was just wondering what the how many miles the UK is from Sweden.
Mm.
You can actually drive.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's not far.
1,600 miles. So that's by
Right.
far. Not even that's it's like that's not even really. I mean, it's international, but it's not even really international. I mean,
Hey, today.
I don't have my license yet, but I'll illegally drive to Sweden and drop.
Don't say that on a recorded live stream on the internet.
I'll probably have issues getting out from the UK borders because we're not part of the EU anymore, and I'll have to use my passport, whereas previously I wouldn't have had to use that. But anyway.
Is there something wrong with your passport?
No. Just that
then
before I
actually-
didn't have to use it.
But that being
No,
said,
just 'cause
I
she
think
was
my
saying
passport has
illegally.
expired.
No. Mm.
So I think I probably need to renew that. But anyway.
Yeah, I had to think about
That'd
that
be a good
too
idea.
for next year, like my passport. And I'm like, let me check. And I realized I had just renewed them in 2000, one of them in 2018, and the other one, they both have like 2 or 3 years left. So that was a
No,
plus.
I think mine has actually expired. I think I need to get it. That's never happened to me.
Your butt ain't going nowhere.
I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
never had a passport.
You never had a passport? You need to get a passport and start traveling.
You need to go places, man.
Most people.
Yeah.
You need to. Oh,
Yeah.
no. See now.
Them 3 kids will stop a lot of that. Ooh, how pretty.
Oh, a peacock. No. Yeah, a
Yeah,
peacock.
so pretty.
Yeah, look at that tail. Wow.
I love when they open them up.
Mhm.
Open up them feathers.
So they really had some long wings. I didn't realize their wings were that long. I
Yeah.
kind of thought all of that
They're
was
not
their
small
tail.
birds. They're quite
No.
large.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's only the male peacocks that look like that. The female
Right.
ones
The
just
females.
look so dowdy in comparison.
Brown
Yeah.
and white or something like that. Yeah.
They're
You
just
want to know
brown. They just-
why? V?
Because they gotta
Why?
attract the female. You know what I'm saying? We gotta pop out. You know what I'm saying?
In
We gotta-
every other
y'all know.
species, every other species, exactly what Kev is saying.
Yep.
The males know that it's their job to attract the females. Why?
Why?
Because
Why?
the female of the species is the one that creates
Dominates.
life.
You dominate.
Well, I wasn't gonna say dominate, but maybe that too. But creates life. That in and of itself makes them the
That's
prize. They
spiders.
are the ones to be protected
One-
because that is how you like further your species. So that's why male lions are the ones with the manes, and lionesses are just like bald-headed, elegant
They're not
big cats.
bald. They're just
No, they've
got
got
them
fur
cute
all
little
over.
cubby
But what I mean
ears.
is they don't have what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
they
is
don't have a big
the
mane.
right?
Yeah.
And peacocks are the ones with the fancy tails, and
Mhm.
other animals like such as are such like that. So, but in humans,
like spiders, who the male spider, which is always smaller than the female, they have to get up in there, and then he risks the point of her eating them.
He said it's worth it.
Hungry.
Yeah, it's worth it. If I get to do,
you know what I'm saying? If he do what he do,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know?
y'all are silly. All y'all are silly. Look at Angela.
That
but in
thing.
humans, some men along the way convinced women that we were the ones who had to look all fanciful to attract the man. They took all the money and they took all the power, and then they said, "Why do I have to pay for everything?"
You don't.
I just
want to
be pretty.
You ain't got to pay. Just know that you ain't finna boss nut.
You know what I'm saying? The man got the, you know what I'm saying? He got
Yeah. Oh,
y'all
y'all are so
you know
cute.
what I'm saying? Had to go ahead and represent, like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really see it, but I got my
Y'all are
ring on. I'm with my lady. I'm like, yo, yeah, you know, gonna put our best foot forward out there. I had to spread my little peacock wings. You feel me?
Oh, look at you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
adorable.
And
I
she
like
didn't
how
eat
it
you
is.
after. Oh, never mind.
Wait, I missed something.
Or
Wait,
did she?
run it back.
No,
She
Run it
said,
back.
and she didn't.
No.
She said,
I had to
No.
stop the sentence because it didn't sound right at all, and I didn't mean it.
It did
What
that.
happened?
I didn't even mean it in that manner, so I had to stop. Do not.
In the chat. Matter of fact, I could rewind it, watch it on my phone. Hold, please.
no, I put it in the chat. But
Oh.
but it's
I didn't
also
even say
why.
the whole sentence.
Yeah, you did.
No,
You
I
said
didn't.
all of that.
Mo,
Oh,
The
did my
rest
brain
was
fill in the rest?
Yes, your brain filled.
I
I
heard,
didn't
and she
say-
didn't even eat you after.
No. Oh, you said you heard that. I stopped
That's what
it.
I heard.
I heard the eat, and I stopped myself because I was like, "That's not good. No, don't
That's
say that
funny.
out loud."
I
Yeah,
think
the-
your
the
mouth. I
cough
think your
spent
mouth.
2 weeks trying to get rid
kept
of
going.
came back.
Say what?
I said the cough I spent 2 weeks trying to get rid of came back.
But it's like,
you
you know
having
how
conniptions over here. Oh,
you know
dear.
how
Anyway.
people are so vexed that men have clear skin. So many men have like clear skin without even trying. Like they wash their face with dishwashing detergent in the kitchen and like stuff like that. Or they have long lashes, whereas women have like short, stubby ones. Often, not
Mhm.
everyone, obviously, is a generalization, but like it's that. It's because they're the
Mm.
ones who are supposed to look pretty, not us.
That's why men wear all those
I
wigs
don't
and
know, I don't think
makeup
that's
and
a
all them
thing.
short socks and stuff in the
Mr. has
Elizabethan era.
Area.
great
what
skin.
area you talking about now?
The Elizabethan area.
Yeah.
I
Nice
said
to
that
have
is
you.
why men were the ones wearing the wigs and all the makeup and all the little short, long socks in the Elizabethan era.
Yeah, and they love high heels. And they love high heels.
I
Don't
said,
forget they
yeah,
had
Yeah,
on
with
the
all
heels.
the
Right.
with the bows and the
They
frilly
had all of it.
lace.
The dandies.
Yeah, they were
That's what
getting
they
all
were called.
dolled up.
They were called dandies.
What were called dandies? The
Those men who were dressed like
they
that were called dandies.
dandies. I never knew that.
Dandy.
Oh,
But don't most, but
I'm a
most of it
Yankee
don't.
Doodle
But,
dandy.
but don't they instill in London? Do the lawyers still wear the wigs when they
Yes.
in court? Yeah.
Yeah. In criminal court, yes. Not in
Oh,
not in civil court anymore.
Okay.
But yes, they do still, and the judge still wears the wig. And, yeah.
really?
I was watching The Crown, as I
It's
sometimes
funny
do.
they don't feel silly doing that.
And the divorce lawyers had on the whole wigs and stuff. I said, is this not? I know they got divorced in like the 80s, right? Diana and Charles?
Yeah, they still wore wigs then. It's only recently, I think, civil court stopped doing the wigs, but criminal
Really
court still
90s.
does.
Mm.
The
Got a
fact
couple
that they
years
put them
back.
things on their heads and say, yeah, this looks professional. That's so funny.
I mean, it's from back in the day.
I know, but
If
still,
you know
Yeah.
the history of the bar in the UK, it's a very ancient thing that's been going probably longer than the US has been around. So it's just one of those.
that was just a casual shot that just got fired. Okay.
No, it wasn't a shot. It's a fact, though. It's not
It
a
was
shot.
just casual. It was
a
just like a
fact.
casual, like,
Ain't got nothing to do with
Just
me,
one of
honey.
those
It's like you're a little
things.
bit of young land, don't know about this grown up
Right.
stuff.
I'm
Just
just
back off. I'm trying to
saying.
teach y'all
I heard
something.
I heard
But
it
to be
say,
fair,
you
though, I
Googling
do feel
everything.
like
Why don't you
certain
Google
parts
that?
of
like I've been
that
doing this longer than you've been
institution.
alive.
I'm just saying. I just feel though. I do feel that some of that stuff is very outdated, and because I've been through all of that when I was a student, and I see it. I felt like I was in a Harry Potter movie, honestly. But that's how it is. That's the history of the UK, and it's very steeped in tradition, and
Yes, it is.
that's what they do.
Okay, back to Christmas.
Anyway.
Okay, I'm ready.
Back to Christmas. What is your favorite
I was
Christmas
thinking of the
song?
same song, Kev.
What is your favorite Christmas song? What song would you sing right now
Well,
as a
Kev
holiday
put
song?
this Christmas in my mind, but the Temptations Christmas album, is like my favorite. I
Mhm.
play it every year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to think which is my favorite song is probably Rudolph. You know, there's Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen,
But if I
Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. Oh, but do you recall the
Mm-hmm.
most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one.
Calm down.
Oh, look at it taking out the. Oh, Scrooge getting ready to
Not a
dance.
Grinch anymore? Not a Grinch anymore?
Scrooge, Grinch.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
sorry.
it was annoying me. The
Oh,
whole,
okay.
And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows
Lord.
on the other reindeer.
That's a good one. She's
Used
Yeah,
right.
to
that's a
laugh
good
and
one.
call him name.
I remember that one. I remember
Hey,
that one.
Rudolph!
hey, Rudolph,
Mo, what's yours?
Hold on, let me think about it.
What you looking, ain't you? Okay, you gonna read
no.
I was thinking about
it. Kev. V.
there are just so many this time of the year, you know, that so many great songs come to mind.
So quiet.
What's the
There are
first
so
one that
many
comes to mind?
classics.
No,
and,
just one. The one that comes to mind right now.
The one song that I have to hear every year probably is Silent Night by the Temptations. That's
Mm,
it's just
it's
in my
in
mind.
Sigh,
I can stop it right there, matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
After he says in my mind, I can turn it off. But I just need to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
But probably is it the Christmas song, the Nat King Cole?
Mm-hmm.
I always like to hear him sing that.
Which one is that?
Have yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Is that it? Where chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Oh, that's the other one. Okay, yeah. Chestnuts. Uh-huh.
Isn't that Let It Snow?
No.
I
That's,
get Let It Snow mixed up with that one.
Alright.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, like
Yeah,
frost nipping at your nose. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun,
Merry
da-da-dun.
Christmas.
Dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody.
knows.
Mhm.
A
The
turkey.
Temptations has a really good version of that too. Mhm. It's hard to beat the Temptations at Christmas. I hate to say it. The only person that almost
Let it snow is musical. I'm sorry.
rivals is Mariah Carey, and she's the only one that almost like. I still feel like the Temptations are here for me for Christmas, and Mariah is like right under it, not the other way around for me.
Okay.
I appreciate the fact that she just makes a bag this time every year, which
She
is,
doesn't have to do nothing. She just exists.
you know,
And apparently it took her like an hour or half an hour or something to write that song. Pissed me off.
And it's in that movie, and every time it plays.
That pissed me off.
that's a woman.
In fact, it's on
that's a
tonight,
racist.
Love
Why would
Actually.
that upset you?
Every movie that song is in, she gets
Mhm.
money from.
Mm-hmm.
So not only does she get money from just radio stations playing the song, stores playing the song, movies putting the song in their soundtrack, Love Actually having it as like a central piece of one of the characters' storylines. Like,
Mad at it.
why Nick Cannon? That's all I want to know.
Every year,
Then
Mariah Carey song goes to #1 in the UK charts, and then it flips between that one and Wham! Last Christmas.
Oh, Last Christmas.
It always goes.
Christmas,
So I think a couple weeks ago she was #1 in the UK charts again with the
Again.
song. She's now currently #2, but Wham! Last Christmas is #1.
Really? Wow.
I don't really have. I was trying to think. I don't have because I don't really do Christmas in my family. I don't really have Christmas songs. I know them, but I don't have a favorite.
Yeah.
They all
No
kind of sound the same to me.
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
I don't know. The
This
one
is
album.
why everybody associates the Caribbean with Jamaica, you know, because they all seem to see, they're like, everybody looks the same to me.
Lord. Ooh.
Not to me, like the people who do that. It's like, all Caribbean people are the same, and it's like obviously they're not, but
They're not.
No.
I often I'll tell people, oh yeah, my family's from Grenada. And then as during the course of the conversation, they'll turn it into, oh, so, when did you last go to Jamaica? And I was like, what? And then they'll say something stupid like, so whereabouts is Jamaica?
Ridiculous.
Is that in Nigeria? And I'm like, oh, well.
oh
Wow.
okay, there
With
is
you.
so much wrong with that.
Honestly,
question.
people they just don't know. They just don't know.
You're like, where do I start? So
So,
not
like,
all Black
I-
people are
Hold
the
on.
same. Should we start there?
yeah,
Hold on now.
there's a lot of that.
Hold
Where
on.
is Jamaica? First of all, I never said anything about Jamaica. Why are we talking about that? Is it Is it in Nigeria?
I've had that before. I've had, is it in Nigeria?
Is
Is
it
it
The
in
fact that they're
Africa?
two separate countries.
Or if I say
Africa is
Grenada,
a
then they'll
continent.
be
Also,
like,
Jamaica is an
it's-
island.
yeah. It's not even near the continent of Africa.
Thank
But
you. Yes,
okay.
I was going to say it's a continent.
But then
That's
the
why
other
it's
thing
like,
I'll get,
where do you start?
if I say Grenada and they don't confuse it with Jamaica, then they'll suddenly change it to Granada, and I'm like, but that's in Spain.
That's in Spain.
Mm,
They think you're saying it wrong.
yes,
That's funny. I'm
but
sorry.
it's
That's not
spelled the
funny.
same.
Nah, no.
Granada is in GRA?
Hmm.
GRE.
No, Granada, the place in Spain.
Grenada is
It's spelled with
Oh.
A's.
It was with
But
an A.
Grenada
And
is spelled with
Grenada
an E.
with an E.
So yeah.
One thing that
I've
used
had
to
all
annoy
that.
me is whenever I would tell people my grandma was from Dominica,
Mhm.
they're like, Dominica, what's Dominica? And I'm like, I guess you would say Dominica. Dominica?
Yeah, but that's
Like,
only
what do you say?
Dominican Republic.
But this is the
right?
thing. I'm like, they don't
But
even
that's-
know. They don't even know that the Dominican Republic is like one country, and that there is another country called Dominica,
Yeah.
where they speak French, not Spanish, and it's like in the Lesser Antilles, and it's, you know what I mean. Like they many people just do.
Mhm.
I didn't even realize it's two different things until like I listened to Breakfast Club, and that's one of the things that DJ Envy has said. His family is from Dominica, and Charlamagne the God always messing with him, telling him that he's Dominican, and he's like, no, I'm not Dominican. I have family from
Dominica. Yeah,
Mhm.
Dominican people say Dominica. They don't say
Dominica.
Dominica. Dominica. It's like that
Dominica.
first I is silent. Dominica.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then
Yeah,
just like,
I'm from the
okay,
South, you know what I'm saying? And
Dominique
everything we see is like,
and Dominique is French, and Dominica speaks French. I'm like, okay, makes sense. Got
Yeah,
it.
like it's if you pronounce them differently, it makes it easier to remember, right? Dominican Republic versus
Mhm.
Dominica. To me, I'm like, very different.
yeah.
Mhm.
You're
For
like,
me, my separation is like you're saying, there's Dominique, right? What you said, and then there's like Dominic Toretto from Fast and Furious. So there's
What?
Vin Diesel?
yeah, Vin
Huh?
Diesel. Yeah, his character
I
Dominic
am so
Toretto.
lost.
Yeah, sir.
This is how
Dominique.
he's distinguishing between
Dominique.
Dominica and the Dominican
There's
Republic.
Dominic Toretto.
Okay.
So Dominique is French, right? So
Mhm.
Dominica
Dominic
speaks
Toretto.
French. Dominic Toretto, Spanish? Question mark.
If you don't think about it, it makes sense.
I'm gonna go back to my song, and
If you don't think
I'm
about
just
it.
I'm my song.
Yeah, what's your favorite Christmas song?
I actually no. When I was younger, and it still sits in my head, the album we played the most, aside from I think it was the Tuskegee Gospel Choir album.
Oh,
It was. Yeah, the Tuskegee Gospel Choir. My mom played that bad boy till it was like, was the Jackson 5. Santa
oh,
Claus is coming to town. Oh yeah, Santa Claus is coming to town. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Oh, Santa Claus is coming to town. Oh yeah, Santa Claus is coming to town.
When?
Oh, I can't do that. Right.
Oh, what's the young one he sings about? He saw mommy
Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Mama kissing
I
Santa
think
Claus.
that's the
I'm
song.
telling you, I don't see. You know, I thought when you're younger, you're like, oh, that's a cute song, and then when you really listen, it's like, I'm happy there was no gunshots. So Mama kissing Santa Claus, and
I thought
like,
the joke was. I thought the whole point was that Santa. It was their
was
dad
daddy.
dressed as Santa.
Right. When I was a kid, I thought that, and as I got older, I kept thinking maybe that wasn't dad after all. I don't know.
That's your adult brain.
That's my adult brain getting sorted and just got exposed to all the filth of the world.
It's like, hey, maybe that's not daddy.
Maybe that's not daddy. I'ma tell him that I saw her kissing this man.
What the Christmas Carol that messed me up as I got older, like the one where I really must go, and he's like, no, you stay
baby,
here.
It's cold
let
outside.
me yeah, baby, let me. I said, sir. She said she got to go home. You have to come and go.
That song generated so much conversation like a few years ago.
Yep.
And it went from it's just a Christmas song, don't think too much about it, to but this is date rape because she's saying I gotta go, and he's like, oh, but it's cold outside, and he's like trying to pressure her to stay. And it went from that to actually what he's doing is she doesn't want to go. That's why she says, hey, the line, hey, what's in this drink? People are like, oh, he put something in her drink, right? And it's like, that's because that's what people do these days. But the people were saying, think about when the song was written and the fact that a woman could not spend the night at her boyfriend's house without being seen as some like ultimate slut tramp, whatever. And so she's saying, I really can't stay. I gotta go. My mother will start to worry. My father will be pacing the floor. My maiden aunt's mind is vicious, and they're gonna start talking about me. And so he is saying, it's cold out there. There's so much snow. You can't even catch a cab. Like, what's the point? Like, I wouldn't. How could I live with myself if you left and you died on your way home? And he's giving her reasons so that in the morning she can say all of these things. It was cold, and I tried to catch a taxi, but there were no taxis. What was I supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like, walk home barefoot in the snow. Like, I had to sleep somewhere. So, and so,
sleep on this dick. That's what she doing.
Wow.
That's what she doing.
Wow.
That's what she doing.
That escalated quickly.
Right?
That's what she doing. Yeah, ma'am. Okay, stay with him.
It occurs to me that Kev is not using headphones.
Oh.
Is that correct?
I'm in a room though.
Okay. I wasn't sure if like other people were listening to Mo being like, sleeping on this dick.
Yes, what are you trying to she want to play, but she like my reputation. I got to go home. Folks don't see me, sir. I got to
and so he's like, so this is where I stopped paying attention to the conversation because I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with that because then I can still enjoy the song.
I didn't
get back to that.
Didn't associated with the date rape. I thought she was like, my drink is a little strong. It's gonna make my head a little look not like. But like,
no, but that's what people were saying. Like, people were saying he's either putting something in her drink or he's trying to get her drunk so that she does stuff that she'll regret. He's pressuring her to stay. That was what a bunch of people were saying until people started saying, y'all, the song was written in like the 40s or the 50s or whatever. Like, even if she wanted to stay, she couldn't. She would have had to be like, oh, we should go. But then she's like, she said, lend me a comb. Why would she need a comb? What were they doing that she would need a comb for? Right? So it's not like they were just sitting across the table from each other, prior to properly having tea or whatever. V says she has no more tea to pour.
But the thing about that, there was a comedian who I just saw it yesterday, the day before. He had a clip and he was talking about the song. And he said, and he talked about that song and how everyone had an uproar. Oh my God, date rape, blah, blah, blah. And he said, and the number one song from, I guess it was this year or last year, was Wet Ass Pussy.
wop, wop, wop.
Yeah,
I was
but
listening
see-
to that.
And he read so he went through like a few of the lines of the baby school outside, and then he read a couple of lines of Wet Ass of WAP, and it was like, oh, okay.
That's what they was doing at
Yeah,
the baby
but
school
like-
outside. Was a little wop wop action going on.
Okay.
Little wop.
So
right
here's the
before.
thing though. Here's the thing though. WAP is a song sung by, rapped by a woman about herself, which is different from what people were what people were saying about Cold Outside, Baby It's Cold Outside, where it's a woman singing to a man and the man is saying, you know what I mean? Like it's a different conversation.
But
Well,
when
all it is a different point of power. It's a different
Yeah.
point of power.
Well,
the
this
man
is what
is
I'm
talking,
saying.
right?
This is why it's a different conversation, because with WAP, the conversation is it proper for a woman to be saying these things about herself? Is it proper for a woman to be this lustful and sexual? Is that okay? Is that appropriate? Versus the conversation around consent and pressure.
See, for me, I always thought Baby It's Cold Outside. She really did want to stay, but she just was having out pressures, like saying,
that's what I
everybody
think.
gonna talk about me if I stay. I got to go, but really, she want to play too. I always thought it was that.
She
but
needed a comb.
yeah,
So
but
in that moment, and this is just an honest question. I'm just asking, okay?
Mhm.
In that moment of that scenario that was tried to be forced on us, was that a moment of hypersensitivity or just doing too much? Or do you think people were genuinely concerned that that song should be canceled?
I think
Or
it's
like
first two.
we shouldn't continue to make this song popular and listen to it this time of the year?
I think it came at a time when we were examining a lot of previously held like beliefs, or not beliefs, but stuff that we were like, this is normal and this is okay. And I think it was also somewhere around the Me Too movement. So we were looking at a lot of instances of like men doing things that were inappropriate or violating women's, bodies and consent and all that stuff, and getting away with it. And so I think it was around Christmas time. So then the song started to come up, and then people were like, hold on a minute.
Right.
So I think it came from a good place, sort of, like let's really look at this song. Is this a good song? But then I think people were examining a song written in the 40s and 50s with a 2020 whatever, a 2000s lens, and it doesn't always work if you remove it from its context. It doesn't work, because I imagine now as an adult, I didn't think this as a child, but as an adult, I imagine they're in bed. They just did the thing. And she's saying, I gotta go. Right? She's like, I really can't stay. I should go. We've already had fun. And I should go now before people start to talk. And he's like, come on, it's cold. It's warm in here.
Stay in bed with me.
Right? That's why she needs a comb. Hey, lend me a comb, because my hair is tousled,
She's been had a good time.
That's what I think anyway.
But yeah, I mean, I think it was just, I think it's taken out of context, and it's from a different point of time. It's from a different time. That was then. This is now. Would that song be written now? I think it would, in a different way, but I think it still would be written.
They would have to be more explicit about why there would have to be a line about, I'd love to stay, but
yeah, she would.
If it was written now.
Okay, Christmas.
I don't even think it would work now in that sense, because there is no more controversy about women staying over at their boyfriend's place. So what's the tension in the song? Like, it's not there.
What we do now.
Tanae said, I just thought he wanted her to stay and finish talking.
No, ma'am.
That's it.
Conversation is really good.
That's it.
I bet that conversation was great.
I never knew the lyrics of that song enough to even know that that's what it was about. So
I didn't either.
No one, someone, you don't put your salt into it, and then it's like all of a sudden someone like Angelique said, you start stirring that pot. It's like, hey, what about this? And and then you get those people who just like latch on, and it's just and it just gets spirals out of control. Christmas food. Christmas food. We have like 15 minutes left. Christmas food.
Stuffing all the way.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I love.
I love stuffing. I am not knocking that at all.
Of stuffing.
Oh,
y'all are making my ears bleed.
I've never had stuffing for Christmas.
You actually have.
Why are we?
It's a thing in the UK. It's a thing. Okay. It's a Christmas thing. It is.
Okay.
Do you stuff it in some poultry, or do you?
Yeah, you can have it in or out.
Oh. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. Don't let. Just keep going.
I can.
Quiet.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just, my ears are bleeding because y'all calling it stuffing instead of dressing, and
we don't use that word over here. We call it stuffing. So
I
don't know what to tell you.
Well, is just starting fights with everybody.
Isn't stuffing when you stuff it in, and dressing is when you just bake it in the pan? No.
Right.
No, we call it stuffing both ways over here.
No, I understand that. But I know when people are talking about stuffing and dressing.
Oh,
stuffing is when you stuff it in
what
the
is
turkey.
dressing? Because to me, dressing is the same thing. Like a sauce that you put on your salad.
But you just
that's also what I think of when I hear dressing.
True. True. The dressing is when they just bake it in the pan. Same thing.
Oh, I see.
Instead of stuffing in the turkey, they bake it in the pan.
Yeah. I don't know consistency wise.
Stuffing
and stuff. What the actual difference of
lasagna.
Is there a difference? Is it just a case of one is baked inside the chicken or the turkey and the other one is not?
I thought that's all it was. One's baked inside the bird, one's baked separately in a pan.
My separated was dressing, stuffing. that was
and that took a second.
It took me a second. I was like, huh? Oh.
Yeah, that was the difference for me. So I'm like, what is happening? Don't stressing me out. But I'm like, so UK dressing, stuffing. It's a different.
Sorry, it took me a while. I was like, what
yes, that's what I was looking. I was like,
you mean?
That's what she,
yeah.
Apparently, I am wrong. Because
we don't have that distinction over here. Everyone
got it.
Everything is stuffing. Everything is stuffing.
So
actually, cheesecake tonight. I try to make cheesecake every year. I mean, in the bomb, in the water bath, the whole 9 yards. Ooh. And I'm not playing. I don't play. But the only thing, I have to give it away though, because I only eat like 1 or 2 slices. My husband only eats 1 or 2 slices. I don't want to sit in the fridge. So my neighbors
Why don't you just make a small one?
Even a small one.
You'll still only have 1 or 2 slices.
1 or 2 slices. I'm not a
Is the slice the same size every time? I don't understand.
Well, I mean a small one, it'd be like, I mean,
a triangle, or is it a block?
Is it a slice or is it a square?
It's a triangle. Triangle.
Speaking.
Okay, so
I want to go back to the song thing, because there's a song from 1935. I feel like Kev on stage talked about it once. I've heard about it before, but this woman, Lucille Bogan, she has a song called "Shave 'Em Dry."
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
from 1935. If there are children listening, cover their ears now, because some of the lines are like, "I got nipples on my titties big as the end of my thumb. I got something between my legs that'll make a dead man come."
Sure do.
Another part of the song is say I fucked all night and all the night before, baby, and I feel just like I want to fuck some more. This is a song written by Lucille Bogan in 1935. And people, that is the song that you should compare with WAP. That's the song you compare with WAP, not Baby It's Cold Outside.
That's.
Oh, here's some more. Now your nuts hang down like a damn bell sapper, and your dick stands up like a steeple. Your goddamn asshole stands open like a church door, and the crabs walk in like people.
Wait.
What?
I'm out.
Stop.
Wait, I'm out. I'm
Stop.
out. I'm out. I was with you.
Stop.
I was with
What?
you. Oh, wait, dear friend,
Stop.
I'm out. I am out.
What?
On.
No, ma'am.
No.
Nope.
Okay, we're going back to cheesecake. Come
Yeah,
back.
I don't know what's
V,
going
come
on.
You want
back.
to say cheesecake?
Cheesecake. We're going back to cheesecake.
I'm sorry.
About
I
that cheesecake.
apologize. V, come back,
Cheesecake.
please.
Oh gosh.
B said
Yeah.
that song was against her religion.
You
so
said, I'm out. I'm getting some tea.
Yeah, you lost me. I was with you right up until, and then I was like, wait a minute, booty holes out. I'm out.
I should have read it to myself first before I read it out loud. It was me and you. We were all experiencing that paragraph for the first time. And like, I don't know if you noticed, my voice got quieter. I was like,
Didn't get that quiet down here though.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, we
I guess
heard
because
you
the
loud and
mic's
clear. We heard
Yes,
you.
we were like,
the mic close to my mouth.
we
Yeah,
were
I'm
backing
out.
away
Dear
from the
friend.
mic.
Make it stop. Yeah.
I'm scared.
Cheesecake.
Anyway.
Scare me away.
Cheesecake.
All
Yeah, but I
said
baked
since
lasagna.
1930.
You have lasagna at Christmas too?
Everything
not?
goes at Christmas.
I mean, good food,
Says
good
someone who
food.
don't even celebrate Christmas. Oh, yeah.
I feel like you don't have to celebrate Christmas to celebrate Christmas.
No, I
Right.
agree. I agree.
No, it's still like the
Just eat
biggest
the food.
celebration in the world, but
Christmas?
how many countries
Is it?
are actually
I thought
I'm sure there are
Thanksgiving
many
was.
countries that don't even know Christmas because they're not even, they just, yeah, but no.
Yeah, I mean, think about how many countries where Christianity is not the main religion of the country,
Right. Yeah.
but they celebrate Christmas. So it's definitely a monetary
Oh yeah.
commercial holiday. I'll say.
100%.
Oh yeah. Even like here, like when they like during things like they don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but they have Black Friday. And I'm like, no.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
And it's not just here in Sweden. I think a couple other countries here. in
Yeah, they
Europe
do that
the
here
same
as well.
thing. Right. And I'm
Yeah.
like, why you have Black Friday? What's the
Because
reason?
to make money.
Of
That's
course,
why.
no. Of course, no. Bottom line is making money.
Yeah.
Then my thing was like, if you got to do this, you got to do this right. Don't be hiking up that price so high that I even know that ain't no sale. Because
Yeah,
at least
there was
yeah,
an article published in the UK where they actually broke down the prices of these so-called Black Friday sales, and they weren't sales.
no,
It
not
was
even
all just a sham.
close.
Yeah.
Not
Massive
even
scam.
a
I
month
keep saying
beforehand they would hike them up. Mm-hmm.
I keep saying I'm gonna do that. Like, go through some stores and just take pictures of prices,
Mm-hmm.
in, like
My
September,
dad used to say that
October,
too.
and then
Not used to,
November,
used
go
to.
back and say, hey, let's see if this is really a deal, and
Mhm.
compare it over the last couple
Yeah.
months.
Because
My
even
brother
that,
did that for a pair of shoes. He was like, I really want these shoes. They're expensive right now. They may get cheaper, but I don't know if they're actually going to get cheaper. So he was like, he was monitoring the cost of the shoes for a couple of months before. I think it was Black Friday.
About New Year's.
Sorry,
like,
Jermaine.
New Year's
That's
yet, or-
okay.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out what you're doing. No, but I like here. It's just so evident that the prices are like just. I'm like, that's the same price. I said, in fact, that looks a little higher because like the whole we have in the States is but we have it like Thanksgiving and then it's like the first big sale day and at least you can see with at least certain things. Okay, they've already marked that down. This is a sale. Here,
there she is.
you don't see it at all. You don't see that even on a
Hey, Zoom
glance.
user.
Hi. Hi.
Zoomer girl.
Died. So I said, whatever. I'll just do my. It'll be fine.
Yay.
Look at you looking sad again.
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, I think this is just my.
There you go, looking cute. There you go. I think
Lighting
that was
is
it. I
nice.
think it was the hood. I was used to seeing the hood, and
Oh.
now I'm seeing the hoodie again. That's all right. But no, I never with food wise, I never thought about lasagna. I guess, like you said, you can have anything. What's your favorite? What is a favorite Christmas item food that you eat around Christmas time? that you that's the thing. Like, yes, this says Christmas to me, or this says holiday to me, instead of just saying Christmas.
Chitlins.
Bruh.
I'm lying. I cannot stand chitlins.
I girl say, who cleaning the chitlins? Who cleaning chitlins in the Christmas time?
Nobody at my house. I told my wife she can do it somewhere else. No.
Shame. For me, sorrel and rum cake.
What is that?
Sorrel is a flour that is dried and brewed like tea. It's brewed kind of like tea, like in a big old, like a really big pot. You put the sorrel in the water and you boil it, and you make it's basically tea. And then you add your various seasonings, your various like flavor, like spices. Like you might add cinnamon, you might add ginger, you might add whatever, and sugar, lots of sugar. And yeah, it's delicious. But I find we, at least Jamaican people that I know, we only seem to have it around Christmas time. And then rum cake or Christmas cake or wedding cake, it's used for all of those occasions, is I don't know how to describe it, but it's a very dense cake. It's a dark brown.
No, that I know.
It's got fruit in it that's been soaked, that should have been soaking in alcohol for a long time.
My mama had that.
At least a month.
My mama
or
did
overnight,
that.
like whatever, like you don't have to go crazy, but a lot of people will have that jar and they'll just keep adding fruit and alcohol like throughout the year.
My mama.
And then
if you really want a certain type of fruit,
it's like raisins and currants. But if you do currants, you want to take the pits out, the seeds out, because sometimes people don't bother, and that makes an unpleasant chewing experience. But anyway, yeah, and it's like a really dark brown. And then after you've made it, of course, you've cooked all the alcohol out of the fruit. Then you
pour more alcohol on top.
And you just kind of keep it moist that way. You cover it and you keep it like once a week if the cake's not done yet, which it's usually gone by then. But if people in your family or your household don't eat it too quick, yeah, there's spices. I don't know how to make it. I'll be 100% honest. I don't know how to make it myself, and I'm not ashamed of that. I just don't care. But it's my favorite thing to eat at Christmas time. Until I found out that I was allergic to eggs.
Ooh, well,
be fine. It'll be fine. Eat the cake.
So I still eat it, but I don't have a lot. I just don't have as much as I used to. Yeah, and you can have that same cake for months and months if you keep
pouring,
pouring rum over it, and it's white rum that people usually use.
Yes, I vividly remember the can sitting in the corner. My mother would open that bad boy up. Just pour. I did not like fruitcake after I had it once.
My granny.
Yeah,
my granny would do that. It's not just Jamaicans, but yeah, it's my granny would do that.
Yeah, my mom. Yeah,
Who said it's just Jamaicans?
I'm just saying.
Is it you?
Just saying.
Oh, it was you. You said just Jamaicans. You got to stop doing that, because V gets mad when people say things like that.
We know Kev wants chitlins. So what you want, Mo?
He's lying. Nobody wants chitlins.
Lying.
I am a dressing.
I said it was definitely a fib. Yes.
Yeah.
A fib.
I am a dressing girl. It is my favorite, but specifically my mother's dressing. I can eat it cold. I can eat it hot. I can listen.
You can eat it until it hits the spot.
Hey, yeah, they'll play. I went back to that lady song. In my mind.
We're gonna keep moving.
Yeah.
So anyway, dressing.
Glance over that. Just glance over that.
I love dressing. My mom only makes it at Thanksgiving and Christmas, so I am like waiting all year for her to make it.
It's like Mama's making dress.
Yeah, and I do a dance, and she acts like sometimes like she doesn't want to cook, girl. I never put, that's not the whole truth.
Mm.
We will fight. If my mother does not make dressing, we will fight.
Uh-oh, Lord.
And my mom, she doesn't,
Funny
I
how
don't
your mom-
think put it like the dressing inside the turkey, but she does put she usually makes a hen. She does cook the dressing in the same pot with the hen.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it's all.
Yeah.
I just avoid the hen because I remember that it was once alive and breathing and had a soul, and I just eat the
Do
dressing.
you not eat meat?
No, I do. I just don't want to eat anything that reminds of me that it was once alive, breathing, and had a soul.
Oh, because it's the whole
I do.
hen.
Yeah, like it's the
So
whole.
it still
Oh,
resembles
okay.
the living being. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So like you wouldn't go to a barbecue that had a pig roast kind of.
I would cry.
Okay. Got it.
But
Real
if they
cute.
had a pork shoulder, you'd be all right with that.
Say someone
Yeah,
offers you,
but if I can't see the bones and the
but like if someone offered you
veins,
pretzel and brie and bacon and pretzel and then a drizzled honey
it'd
on
be
top.
fine. There's no association of it's the actual visual reminder that damn.
What if your
Hey,
mom
sorry.
made it that way and you just didn't see it and then she sliced it up and gave it to you?
No, I'm better.
Gotcha.
I'm better. I am better
Okay.
if I can't, but also it's in the pot. See it, and I don't want to. I know where it came from. I just saw.
You've seen it before, even if you didn't see it that time. You know.
I had to slice a piece of turkey off for my kid, and I was just like, I hate it here. I was very upset.
I hate it here.
Yes, this is dumb. Usually somebody else does it for me, and I don't have to have. But this year I had to do it once, and I was just like, "This is dumb."
That's all right. That's all right. That's cool. Okay. What do you want? What do you want? What food did you can't
First
do
of all,
without?
I was going to do these for her because she said she didn't want to speak again. So I was going to say she want a cheese ball and smoked salmon with a cracker selection.
I like to look at his mouth when he's saying that. Did you see his mouth, V?
What was that?
He apparently was trying to do an accent, and he said it, and his little lips pursed up.
Yeah, it was very here.
He was I think he was trying to be like an English character with a cheese board with his little cabin.
Yeah, so
a character from an alternate reality, perhaps.
It's better than mine.
Now I'm seeing more Bill Cosby, so maybe I shouldn't do that. Anyway.
Ooh, okay. I didn't even thought about
bringing it back to the cheese board. Bringing
it back.
Bring it back.
Yeah, Dee said she liked cheese board, smoked salmon, and cracker selection.
Yeah, so that's something my family do around Christmas time, when we used to celebrate Christmas, and even since we don't celebrate Christmas, we'll still do that. Which is why I've got a fridge full of cheese. So we'll have that.
Salmon?
I didn't buy any smoked salmon today because I felt the packages of salmon were too small. For the money that they were charging. I was like, I'm not buying that. So
yeah.
Hopefully my mum will cover that, or my sister. I don't know. But I bought a load of cheese, and then we'll have like maybe olives and nice little like onion chutney or something.
It's like a charcuterie
lots of cheeses, smear that on the crackers, put the smoked salmon on the top. It's basically a charcuterie board, whatever it's called. I don't know.
A charcuterie.
What kind of cheese do you do?
All different kinds. So it will be like mature cheddars, soft cheese, garlic roulade, or no, is it called garlic roulade? I don't even know. Blue cheese.
I don't know. You telling us. We don't know.
Stilton, smoked Gouda. What else? Brie.
Blue cheese.
Yeah, all of them.
Just all those cheeses, Swisses, just a big selection of cheeses and crackers, and you just go to town on them. Yeah,
so
that sounds good.
Just asking, do y'all have Philadelphia brand cheese there, like cream cheese?
Yep. Yeah, they sell the Philadelphia over here. Yeah.
Okay, they have. There's one here that's a
Smoked salmon
It's cream
flavor.
cheese with smoked salmon in it.
I've seen it.
It's in my
Yeah.
fridge right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't had those types of mixes. I know they have one here, but I'm like, I don't
That's
know.
actually good. I would recommend.
I know
so
it's good. I've
good.
tried it. It's good.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because I wasn't positive
It's
about
good.
it at all.
But I love my favorite one is the garlic and
Charcuterie.
herb one.
Yes,
Yeah,
those I
yeah.
like.
That's
Those
that.
are
I
like-
like that one. Yeah.
I can go to town. I have to put that in the
Mhm.
back of the fridge and just leave it alone and hide it.
Oh, Wensleydale with the cranberries in it.
That I've had.
Have you tried that? That's
Yes.
really nice.
I was at a friend's house. I was like,
nice.
What
you
was
can't
it? Run
find
it back with
this.
cranberries in it?
Wensleydale cheese is like a crumbly but creamy
Mhm.
cheese. It's very mild in flavor, and they normally add something to it to like, so that you can have like dried cranberries in it, or dried apricots, or
Mhm.
caramelized onions, or whatever will be like blended in with the crumbly, soft, creamy. It's very good.
It's good.
Y'all are
That's-
making me hungry. What I'm gonna eat? I'm hungry.
It's very good.
No, I don't know what types. I mean, like here for Christmas, it's a lot of fish plus more. So all the stuff that we normally have for Easter, which is a lot of salmon and dill and blah 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 blah, it's the same things we have for midsummer, which is salmon and dill and blah blah blah. So they just compound that with a whole lot of meatballs and potatoes, scallop potato thingy called 𝐒𝐤𝐿𝐵, and just tons of other food. So you have a lot of reindeer. You have a lot of wild
Wait, what?
boar.
Did
You
she
have
say reindeer?
Yeah.
It is meat, you know.
Don't think about it. You're not gonna see the whole reindeer.
Okay.
no, it's not. Yeah, and
Donna
it's,
and Blitzen in them.
no, not Donna, not Blitzen. They got jobs. Yeah, I like reindeer and like
Aw.
it's oh Lord. And they have a lot of goose. I've never made a goose, and that's one thing I like to aim for, making a goose, but I haven't done that, and I don't think I'm gonna do it this year either. But
It's okay. You don't have to do the goose.
no, I'm not.
He's
I'm not
okay.
going
He's
to.
okay.
Actually. He's fine. He's
Yeah,
absolutely
he's
fine.
fine.
Evil.
What I do want, I think I know we're going to his family to have like whatever traditional dinner they have. But at home here, I think we're going to have whatever I cook, which I might just make like some 𝐒𝐤𝐿𝐵 with baked potatoes and just make a regular kind of.
Y'all listen. Okay, y'all cannot skip by the stuff that y'all are making and don't explain what it is when you just switch languages in the middle of your sentence.
No,
Like,
𝐒𝐤𝐿𝐵.
what is it?
It's meat. It's beef. It's nice. It's a nice piece of sirloin beef that, like a lot of
okay.
times when you see them and they grill it, they put it on the side and they stick it in the oven. They're busy pouring a little oil and butter and rosemary all around it, and then they wait for it to cool and they slice it so it's medium or medium rare, thing like that. So a piece of meat like that.
Got it. Okay.
So that
Cool.
and just
Cool.
something easy. Yeah, something easy compared to last weekend. That wasn't easy.
What you make last weekend?
Well, last weekend I actually made something similar to that, but I pulled my hamstring in the kitchen, and I didn't know in the kitchen. My friend was like, "So you balling in the kitchen now?"
Is that what you was doing in the kitchen, Jermaine?
I
wouldn't put your hamstring in the kitchen.
Look, this is what. Yes, I was going to get some out of the oven.
You're supposed to throw the pipes in a circle.
And I pull, and I'm taking it out. My finger realized, hey, this cloth isn't thick enough. You're burning your fingers. And I'm like, and so my mind was like, crap, I got to put this down. And so when I put it down, I think it must have been the carpet I was stepping on. It must have moved or slipped. And so my leg, I guess, was compensating at the same time. And my right leg just bent back and went, it felt like hell. I dropped everything to the ground. Macaroni cheese, the pan, and now I'm trying to prevent anything from hitting me because all of it's hot. So I'm trying to prevent the macaroni cheese from hitting me, the pan from hitting me, or walking into the door of the oven. Like all of it's hot. And I'm like,
Was it a metal pan or glass?
It was the Mac was in a glass and a what is the pyro?
Pyrex.
Thank you,
Pyrex.
Pyrex. That was in a Pyrex, which was burning hot, and it was on top of a metal pan, because I had it on a tray, and that went all of it to the floor. And then I was trying to prevent falling either way near the stove door because it was open.
Dang, Jermaine. I feel bad I made a little sex joke about it. You really did go through something. Oh no.
I cannot believe I cannot believe
it would have been a funny story to tell somebody later on.
Would have been.
Tell your friends. That's
Tell my
funny.
friends.
I don't think she would have shared it on here, but yeah, it would.
But it was a mess.
I forget that there are other people.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, no, I'll be all right.
No.
Don't ever pull your
How are you
hamstring.
feeling now?
Oh, it's much better. I still have an ache, but it's nothing like it was the first 2 days. I was just like, I don't understand. And my friend was like, ballers say, when they pull their hamstring, it's like a gunshot. I said, first of all, I don't know the people you hanging out with that got shot and can compare it to a hamstring pull. And I thought about it, I said, but it is debilitating. It is really debilitating. It will turn you on your side. And
the thing for you, a good massage therapist.
Yes, I do. But I couldn't get one. I had to suffer. I'm hopefully get one before the year ends. Hopefully. But a steak. But traditional stuff, I think I'd like some stuffing. That's the one thing I miss. I haven't had stuffing in a long time, man. I want some stuffing. So I think I will make some stuffing this and just, I don't care if it has no, I'm gonna eat it.
I made one, it's been a few years since I made one, but I did the cornbread, and my mom gave me a recipe with cornbread, a loaf of white bread, and I think some crackers, but then you throw your different cream soups and stuff in it with the celery and everything. And then once you mix it all up and put it back in the oven, then it comes out beautiful. So, yeah.
I want stuff. And V, stop it.
I know, I'm hungry. I am hungry.
Well, we can go feed our hungry bodies because
I'm sorry.
It has been fun, folks. I'm glad that I got on here with y'all.
I'm glad everybody here got on here today.
My arm and tried to pull my hamstring off my leg as well.
You enjoyed it.
Anyway.
Did you say partially? It's like, okay, I kind of did. But I'm glad you guys came on here today. This was a lot of fun. And I'm glad I got to see y'all at least before the new year.
Yeah.
Because that's going to
Happy holidays. Happy New Year, everybody.
And happy holidays.
Yeah, right. Both of y'all. Y'all are funny.
Happy holidays.
And Mo, you look so cute.
I am.
This is adorable.
Monique is
really
getting
like
sleepier.
Yes.
I think we're all kind of getting sleepy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and this
Kev started it sleepy.
At least I didn't yawn in your face.
Kevin's got a second wind.
I
yawned. I'm sleepy, but I'm also hungry.
Yeah.
But I also want to watch something.
I get it. What to do?
I think we're gonna watch Woman King at some point today. So.
Oh, nice!
Ooh.
I still haven't seen
Woman
that.
King.
How are you gonna watch it?
If we have
put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Don't worry about it. Just put it in the chat.
I ain't afraid to say it will probably be bootleg if we gotta pay for it.
What is it called?
Oh no, that's what I was trying to see.
Woman King.
Woman King. I thought you were saying Lemon King. Sorry.
How you was gonna get to watch it. But that's what I was trying to get on because I was hoping that it was bootleg and that way I would be able to watch it on bootleg as well.
I'm gonna find out here in a minute if there's a valid way. I will let the chat know.
I wish I could talk like you guys.
What do you mean?
Mo and Kev. I like your accents. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like them? You don't like your accent?
I don't even notice it.
Yeah, I don't hear an accent. I noticed
Well,
yours.
you wouldn't because that's what you hear all day.
I don't
But it is an
I don't
accent.
hear an accent.
Mm-mm. It doesn't
I can't
exist.
do it. I sound too much like a Southern belle or like a whatever, a greasy
You don't
car
sound like that.
salesman.
You don't sound like that at all.
No, you don't. I'm saying when I try
Mm-hmm.
to mimic your accent, it
No,
comes
you're
out
good.
sounding like what you just heard.
Yeah. Nah,
Yeah.
you good. I'm messing with you because I know you're tired and you can't come back like you want to right now. So
Oh my gosh, the look on his face.
Yes.
He was too happy about that.
Mhm.
And drinking proverbial tea now.
You know what,
So
Kevin?
y'all just stick around. You can cuss him out and went behind the chat of the public.
Metaphysical tea.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to
Merry
everybody out
Christmas,
there.
Happy
We
New
hope you have a
Year.
wonderful Christmas and a
Kwanzaa.
very
What's
successful
up?
New Year coming. Take
Kwanzaa.
care and
Season's
see you next year on
greetings.
Zipping and Comfort.
Bye.
Thank y'all. Y'all are crazy.
Yeah, so Kevin.
how long is still live? We're still on. 1 second.
Oh, we're still.
The light is still on. The light is still on in a minute.
Mother
It's not